say, no, we are not going to do this, they use the system to stop you. It's either they set you up with the opposition and they will be supporting the opposition against you from the back, or they cause unnecessary chaos in your country so that you are not able to even govern your own people. They will do things to make you not to be functionable. And of course, any country that don't have peace cannot develop. You have to have peace before you talk about development. I'll give you a simple example about Sierra Leone. Every mining company that is in Sierra Leone today is owned by a foreigner. Every mining company. If it's not the Chinese, it's the American, it's the British. Our electricity, Bumuna, is run by the British, and we still don't have light. We're looking for light, electricity. If you don't have electricity, how can you talk about education? How can you talk about health facility? How can you talk about improving the infrastructure of your country? We don't have electricity. Now, do we actually even have proper water, pipe-borne water, so that our kids will not be sick? We don't have those facilities. Why? With all the minerals we have, there is a cap you put. Before my husband became the president of
I hope I'm coming out very clear.
You are coming out crystal clear. Go on.
Thank you, Mazi. Biafrans and all the lovers of freedom. My name is Mazi Chinasa Nwaoru. Mazi Chinasa Nwaoru served the Indigenous People of Biafra as a member of the Directorate of State. I come from Obingwa. Obingwa is in Aba province. This evening, I have come to you all to continue educating our people on the journey we all found ourselves in. Today, the reason why this particular program is titled The Brutal Exposure is because there are many questions our people are asking the leadership of this movement. There are questions the media are asking the leadership of this movement. While we try our best to protect this struggle, but we have found ourselves to be that the duties we are carrying out today has become an obligation, because there are certain things we do not love it, we do not like it, the blackmail, the criticism, we are not being paid, nobody offers us any financial enticement that makes us to continue to be in this struggle till death. We are here today, continue to champion this struggle because we have found out that the burden lies on our shoulder. It has become an obligation that we must fulfill. Just like many of us and every other person listening, there are times you wake up some days, you don't even want to go to work. You are tired, you want to quit. But when you look back, you say, I have to go to work because I have bills to pay. I have things to put right. That is why we found ourselves, not that we have bills to pay, but we have the burden. We have the obligation from our people. We found ourselves. Mazi Nnamdi is the leader of this movement. And I can tell everybody this evening that this leadership, I can talk about myself and many other people. I joined this struggle as far as 2013. And if you're calculating it to today, it is nearly 11 years. We have been loyal to a fault. We have been loyal to the point that we are loyal to the Biafran struggle. And that does not make us to be stupid. We are loyal because we know that our people need freedom. But that our loyalty and that our effort, our money, our time, our life, we jeopardize our families, jeopardize our businesses, we jeopardize everything we have in order to restore Biafra, to fight for the freedom for our people. But sometimes, or I will say, in these past 3 years, we have seen something unimaginable, things we do not expect that will ever happen. But we are here today to make sure we continue to take our people and drive this struggle to a logical conclusion, which is the restoration of Biafra. We sometimes we don't count wasted years, but there have been some wasted years. Wasted years in the sense that the time we're supposed to champion the Biafra struggle forward, some people want us to be running around a circle. Some people want to play with the intelligence of over 70 million people, with lies, manipulation, and deceit. And today, I want to let Biafrans know certain things. That it is time we know what we are pursuing without no emotions. Because emotions will take us nowhere. Do not think it is difficult for us to get a free Biafra. The world knows. They know we deserve freedom. But this freedom, in as much as we must defend ourselves, but don't forget it's also a political solution. It is a political matter. Because no matter what we do, we will still come to the table to discuss the freedom of Biafrans, whether we like it or not. It will not be done on the sky. It will not be done in the sky. It will not be done, it is not a fiction. It's something people will come together and sit. And that is what the enemies do not want it to happen. That is why the moment Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in Kenya, the government set in with their mercenaries. The reason of keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu till death, it's not that if the Nigerian government wants to kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya, anywhere, that they won't kill him. If the Nigerian government could be able to adopt Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and they hold him for complete 8 days before bringing him to court, I want everybody to put this in his mind. They were also having the power to eliminate him. They have the power, even for 3 years in their custody. I'm telling people some things. If the Nigerian government wants to eliminate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu inside the custody, they will do it. We can only fight for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. People will get tired. People will be killed. People will continue their life. It's a reality every one of us must put in their mind. That is why I said, or most times I make the post, I say, what you can get through deception, there is no need to use force. What you can use your brain to manage. The moment Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was renditioned, we called for a seat at home. Many of you know why we called for this seat at home. Because the Nigerian government refused to bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to court. There were information that he was seriously sick from the Omadaka in USA when they were carrying the news that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have only 2 weeks to live in the DSS custody. The leadership of IPOB moved into a very swift action, but many people out of emotion, deceptive move, and this evening I will tell you what the leadership of IPOB have survived, and we will continue to survive the enemies. It is not by our making, because if the hand of Chukwukika is in this struggle, nobody can destroy this struggle. Whether I am in, whether you are in, whether Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is there or not, the Biafra restoration is destined to come to pass. Everybody must have this in his mind. Why all of us are out here, people are on radio speaking on a daily basis, is because for the restoration of Biafra and nothing more, for the freedom of our people and nothing more. And to that, everybody should understand that the moment the rendition Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that was when the game started. Had even they killed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya, automatically Nigeria will make Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a martyr. And there is no country that wants people, a leader of such movement, to be made a martyr. They don't want it. The British, you people should know that the British have colonized many countries before now. They have a bigger experience on how people react, how people move, or how they take people, their heroes, and they do not want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If not, they would have killed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the airport. They would, as they adopted him for 8 days, his younger brother, the one in Germany they call Kalanta, he was in communication with those who were holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He was speaking to one of the ladies holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The lady was controlling him. They were talking for completely. They brought Mazi Nnamdi Kanu back in Nigeria. The younger brother was communicating, but everybody was kept in the dark. And the moment Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was brought to Nigeria, we were defending them. We were defending them until heaven, they just burst out from somewhere and turned the table that it was the GOS that sold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The brother came out in many official programs, turn around, reasons are, everybody should know, so that we know where our problems are. Because Kalonta have insistedly, whether it is a record he have with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he wants to be the deputy leader. He wants to be the next person in line after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He tried all his efforts for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to make him, after him, it is, after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it is him. And all of you can see the role he has been playing since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was rendition. The moment, and the politicians in Nigeria, most of the Igbo politicians, they understood this grief and envy and jealousy of this young man. So he became a tool. Him and his younger brother at home, they become a tool of destabilization. They become a tool in the hands of the politicians. Now, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was rendition, there were 3 fronts brought out to destroy the DOS. There were 3 fronts. They were systematically marshaled out. Most of you can hear Dave Omagi when he comes on a national television and say that he will create IPOB, another IPOB inside IPOB. The statements are there. I am not the one who made it. Who were they using? They were using the family of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. From day one, and I want every Biafran here, when you have any communication with Kalonta and his siblings, ask them this simple question: what did Chinasa, Nwaoru, Chike, Doziem, and other members of the DOS did to you people? It's a very simple. Just tell them, leave black men. That Chinasa, Nwaoru, they sold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, leave this black men. Ask them this simple question. Anytime you have opportunity, even those around them, ask them this simple question. What did Chinasa Nwaoru, Chike Doziem, and other member, I'm talking names, I'm calling them so that I don't generalize it, because all of you knows who their targets are. The family, the siblings of Mazi was out against the DOS. I'm going to elaborate this thing so that many of you will understand what the leadership has been fighting personally and otherwise to make sure we kept this struggle moving. Because had you been we gave in to their pressure, by now most of you would have been dead in Biafra land. Because the Nigerian government will teach you people, they will turn the propaganda like they are trying to turn in many places. IPOB is bad. You people have seen the little the military is doing. It is bigger than that, what they plan. They will hunt every one of you in the villages. Anybody who has answered to the IPOB, they will hunt you the moment this structure is collapsed. IPOB media has stood very firm. Most of you do not know that IPOB media are being sponsored by few people. There was no money coming from the cost of IPOB to sponsor the IPOB media. Because had people who are voting for fun in IPOB media, IPOB will not be alive today.
Mazi, please check your whether you can move around. Your voice is seasoned. We need to get every word you are speaking. I don't know whether it's connectivity.
Mazi, can you hear me now?
Yes, I think it's better now. Please repeat in just 30 seconds or 20 seconds.
Mazi, is it okay now?
It's better. It's good. It's better now. It's clear.
Okay, I managed to remove the Bluetooth.
Okay, please, that is it.
Yes.
Please go on.
Okay. People should know, had it been the IPOB leadership were waiting for money from IPOB purse, the IPOB media will never flourish. All the people in IPOB media are dedicated, volunteered, people who spend money from their pocket to make sure they are online. The campaign started. Another group that was packaged is the women in America, the Umuadaka Highway in America. All of you saw what they did. And another group of people are the Perimas, the autopilots, which is another set. These are three fronts that was marched out to destroy the IPOB structure. They fought the IPOB structure from all corners with blackmail. If all of you found out, all of them were working together before. The siblings of Mazi was so much in love with the women in America. They are taking money, they are collaborating, they are doing everything. They were also working with a Berima. They were all working with a Berima. They were all working, and along the line, you know, they said the enemies will come from one way, but they will all scatter from different ways. The Biafran land, the gods of Biafra land start to put confusion inside them. Their greed and envy start to manifest. Those who will control money. I want everybody to understand, if you're an IPOB, imagine that the leadership of IPOB is an IPOB. We don't know where IPOB money is. We don't know how much IPOB has. Because sometimes you want to talk about it, they blackmail you. Oh, they have come for money. Their eye is for money. You are being blackmailed. Nobody in the leadership of IPOB knows what IPOB have. It is only left for Kalonta, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the Nayanya. They are the people who know the money of IPOB.
Can I ask something in this thing you said now?
Yes.
In a global movement like this, Do you think that it is okay for, you know, the leadership, even before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was renditioned, for the leadership, the structure, the highest echelon after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, not to know anything about finance? Because situation like this can happen. Do you think it is something right, please? Because today is a brutal exposure, please.
Mazi, let me tell you, in this struggle, for me, I bring my money. I put my money. I go for messages. I do travel on behalf of IPOB. Ask them. They never paid me back. There are people who have traveled, go assignment for IPOB. They never paid. Nobody ever did. Nobody. But it is not right, Mazi. In the real sense, it is not right. And most of you can find out the attitude the siblings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have meted out to Chike Doziem during these 3 years. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was not. Let me give you an example. As Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was inside, instruction can say, go and make fundraising. Then Mazi Chike Doziem, they will put his name on flyers. Mazi Chike Doziem will go out to do the fundraising. He will speak to our people, encourage them to raise money. Do you understand me? To raise money for the struggle. After raising money, as a head of directorate, who have the authority, because he's a gentleman, and gentleman to the gentleman was so too much. He will ask them. For example, he partake in a fundraising in America, where the head of finance is there. After the fundraising, maybe he may speak to them for some couple of minutes, 45 minutes, encourage them, and after he left, expecting that at the end of the fundraising, at least he will be informed that in this fundraising, $10,000 was raised. But any moment, I am telling you, Chike Doziem asked them, how much did we raise in this particular fundraising? Boom! You people see it in social media. They come, he's looking for money. He was asked, you people saw Kalonta will come out and they abuse him. They are looking for money. They told them not to come near the money. They will start blackmailing Chike Doziem as if what he asked. He didn't ask them, give me the money. He said, but let me put in my record on so date we made a fundraising, and they continue to blackmail this man on a daily basis. They will put all kinds of accusation. They want to know money. They want to all these things. The man will quietly back off because he don't want unnecessary saga. Why I'm saying this is for all Biafrans to listen, because this is what is happening. And all these things are orchestrated plans to frustrate the leadership of IPOB. At a point, this leadership, at a point, that was in 2022, we said, how can we be, this media is being sponsored. How can we ask the finance? Can you please be given a very small amount of money for the media to put their normal monthly subscriptions, those in Biafra land? The money was given a peanut, because for us, everybody in diaspora, nobody gives you data. We have free data. We have free data. Why I say free data is what the way we use data in diaspora is almost like free. For me in particular, I have over 1,000, what do they call it, KMP. I can put a YouTube from first till the end of the month. It can never finish. It's so limitless. So I consider that as a... So at the end of the day, these three groups were fighting day and night. They even went to oracles. They went to juju places to kill cow, kill chicken, Some were so bold enough to come out on social media to show the people that they want Chinasa and Nwaoru dead, Chike Doziem dead. And some of them who did that, and some of them are dead already. They died already. The one they call Eze in Abadak was in synagogue. The synagogue, everywhere they did, everything, they were destroyed by the Nigerian government also. The man was doing medicine for kidnappers and criminals. Where is this mad woman in America they call Nelly? She go mad. All those things was things they were doing to destroy IPOB. These are all the juju they were doing to destroy the IPOB, her nakedness, for you people to see the length they could go to destroy the leadership of IPOB. And I will not exempt the in-law to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the father of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's wife. He is part of this conspiracy. He is the one, whatever they plan, he comes out and say to some coordinators, give them that, hey, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he don't work with this DOS again. He was the one engineering some talk on the background. When they took him and went for one oracle, and he swore with them, with the family, siblings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they give him some things to drink. After that, he become a conspirator to destroy IPOB, to destroy Chinasa, Nwaoru, and Chike Doziem. That man. And after he have done the job for them, now he's down. May Chukwu Okike help him. What did we do to these people? That we want to protect IPOB. They seize the funds for IPOB to move forward. When they have seized the fund, withdraw all their monies, they turn around and they say, Chike Doziem do this, stop account. Ask them, the money you people move out from one place to another. Chinasa Nwaoru, I don't know. But they continue. Why I'm saying this is I want to lay a basic information for you people understand where I am going. How they want to destroy the leadership of IPOB because they are working for one group or the other. Sometimes people ask us, hey, you say they are working for the government or this. You don't know how the government works. Government can use you, destroy people. At the end of the day, they destroy you. Example, look at Chinasa Nwaneri in Imo State. The Togre, how he has been moving around, killing people in the name of hope. Where is he today? The day he will go down, nobody, even the hope, will not come for him. The same way the governors use criminals, intimidate people, kill people, just for them to get, at the end of the day, they finish, they put you in jail. But they were working for you. But the ones of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's sibling, everything they do was deliberate. Kalonta and Nayanya now form their own armed group called Motherland. They use it, threatening people. I tell people, I will kill you. You do. Even to a point, a governor called one of the top officials of IPOB in the media and ask him these questions. This thing you people are doing, is this the way to get Biafra? The person said, what are we doing? He said, this thing that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his siblings, the person tried to defend Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He told him, you know why I'm saying? Are you people putting face another side? He said, I am a governor. I have every report coming on my table. Are you people not aware that the siblings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are threatening people with armed men, their own armed group? The person said, we are not aware. He said, if you people are not aware, that means you people are deceiving yourselves. You cannot tell me you are IPOB. You don't get information. You don't know that the brother of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has his own armed men. They are using to threaten people in the name of IPOB, but he called them motherland. And one of the commanders of this is called Ebeneri. They are the one now doing many kidnapping. In Anambra, if you hear Ebeneri, he's the head of that motherland. Committing or kidnapping. They cannot, because they want to destroy the leadership. They were looking people they will use to confront ESN, confront IPOB volunteers. They went gaga, trying to destroy IPOB.
And Mazi, this issue, the Nigerian government, they are tagging everything to IPOB.
Yes.
How you see how it's highly complicated, because
Mazi,
we cannot deny
that is why,
sophisticated.
Mazi,
go on.
Let me tell you, the Nigerian government, do you see them talking? Do you see them come on social media talking? I used to tell our people, the DSS, forget about anything you are talking. The Nigerian DSS, they are professionals. I'm telling you, anywhere you are, you want to underrate them. They are professionals. The Secret Service, when they meet you, they will give you confidence that everything is fine. You may even see them as your friend. That is how they work. They have every information they need. You know why I'm saying this? I'm coming close to this point for everybody to understand what is making Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case very complicated. Because the family of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and this lawyer they call a lawyer Jimako, they are trying to push out Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from the agitation to a family something to protect the rubbish they have all committed. That is what they are trying to do. And I'm going to explain it very well. Everybody open your ears so that you understand. It's not just you come out on social media, you start Now, along this line, since 2021, 2022, I come on this place, I will shout, I will send message, I will tell them this rubbish you people are concocting, trying to use it to destroy the DOS. We came out, our hands are clean. They plan. Let me tell you, Kalonta was at home. You people ask, there are people at home. They will. This motherland people he groomed, there are people he went out with them because he wants to claim the second in command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There are many group of our Biafran youth he went out on escorts. He only will come back. None of the youth come back with him. Nigerian army will pick all of them. Nobody know whether they are alive or they are dead. Example, ask them about Abambo. Mporombo, I mean. Ask them about Mporombo. Where is Mporombo and co? The Nigerian military accosted them. They left him because he's Mazi Nnamdi Kanu brother. But every boy that was with him, they took all of them. He came back home quietly. He didn't say a word. He never talked to the family and tell them where their husband and their children are. Till today. Kalonta. And they continue to do their activities, have put Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in a tight situation. But today, because of the security report in the hands of the governors, many people, they are tagging all these things on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are tagging all these things on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And the alloy become an accomplice with them. But let me make the story very clear now. Do you people know when I was shouting, screaming, every one of you know when we are shouting here, screaming about, they are listening to everything happening around Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We tell them, be careful what you are saying. Stop going there to feed him lies for you people's own greed. And how can I put it? ambition, because he is in one place. They are the only people coming to him, feeding him with information. Anything they tell him, of course, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will also accept and tell them, go ahead. Or he will tell them, I don't know what he used to give them as response, but I'm sure the DSS hear everything. Now, a couple of weeks back, all of us heard Aloye Jimako came out. After how many years? Told you people that in the case, he found out that there is a picture when he came to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The DSS took him a picture and they presented this picture as an exhibit against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He said they mistakenly, and I am asking Biafrans this evening, do you believe that DSS can mistakenly take the picture of Aloye Jimako and put as an exhibit? Anybody agree this rubbish? They just put the picture for him to know, so that his mind starts working. It's a psychological attack, because it is not only picture. That day he's talking, there was some information he were passing to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We don't know, maybe it is from a Berryman, or because he's working with a Berryman. The video evidence is there, it's not only picture. They make the picture, the time they visit, everything is there. They heard everything he said. And the lawyer Jimako will use these things to bargain for his own freedom. A lawyer Jimako is under the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for his own. Do he think that DSS don't know his history in America? Is that what a lawyer Jimako think? They have every intelligent report about him. His behavior, his criminal tendencies, they have it. And that is why DSS became very relaxed to hold him. And everybody should watch out. And now, let me tell you people, we told them from day one, this issue is a political issue. All these things, you people, we started telling them from 15 December. When we found out what happened, we told them this. They started to blackmail the leadership. All of you knew that the brother of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had been online. We don't want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come out. We don't want him, we're the one who put him in jail. And people are calling us, asking why did Ejiofor leave? Michael Zekomo left. This, that. People are blaming the leadership, but I will clear certain things this night so that you stop blaming the leadership and you stop calling leadership, because now what they are doing, as they have failed, you go and hear them talking to people. They have brought up a new slogan that the DOS, they have abandoned Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And that is the area I want to clarify. Because we see when we come to meeting, people ask us some silly questions as if they have not been following what is happening on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case. That is now the slogan they are using. And if we don't explain ourselves, if we don't explain what is happening, the same way many people believe that Chinasa and Nwaoru and this one is sold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that is how they will say, do you see if they abandon him because they want him to go to jail? But we know what all of them are cooking. They are envious, their ambitions for one thing or the other. A lawyer Jimako wants to use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case to claim his own dirty record. Therefore, what you people should ask, who is a lawyer Jimako? A lawyer representing a high-profile case that doesn't have an office. Every time he wants to talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case, from the court, he go to Mama Put. All of them will gather in Mama Put to discuss about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case. They will stay at the back of one hotel to make press conference on a high-profile case like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case. Do you people think this is right? Do you people think it's right? Now, let me tell you people something you have to understand. Some said, why did they remove Ejiofor? Why did they remove Michael Zekome? You people have seen it also. It's on social media. They talk. All of you knew when Kalonta was sacking Ejiofor, this thing, because they were going to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They told him, let me say this thing very clearly. I think he wrote it also. One person was showing me. I said, I don't care. They talk about, when they talk about state of execution, why did he apply? They are rubbish. These are all blackmail because they don't have anything to say. This group of people went and told Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if you go to one of the judgments in the Supreme Court, some of those things they are claiming there were not an order. They were just a comment by some judges. Not all of them agreed on the point. The extraordinary rendition, they watered it down. That say, since Nigeria have all the necessary things to extradite somebody, they don't see the reason why they would have gone in that it is not really necessary. They never condemn it. They never condemn it. Instead, one of the judges says that match Nnamdi Kanu he knows the remedy to his problems. I want everybody to write down this particular point. That matching that even him, the appellant, knows the remedy to his problems. It is there. And one of the judgments there. Now, after that court, this thing, they start to we told them. They told us that we go to this court. From there, we told them there is no need. This issue is a political issue. Let us address it because they want to be. They went and told Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that a mom Ibn Tanyako told them that if they can sack Ejiofor, sack Michael Zekome, they should he will give them bail. That he don't like these two people. I'm telling you people what happened. That Ejiofor is the reason why. He's the one that is stopping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from coming out. That their mom Ibn Tanyako told them. He said they should sack Ezekome. Even Kala Agabi, that she don't want any son in this case. That this case, he gave Asari Dokubo, that she was the one who gave Asari Dokubo bail. She was the one who gave Wazirike bail. They should remove all these people and bring the application, let me sign, so that they will, Nnamdi Kanu will go home. They use these lies and deception. They said that Zekome was given an award by Nigeria, an award given for Africa. Jonathan recommended it. Now she's getting the award. Out of how many of them in Africa? 3, or they selected in Africa as people who won case in ICC. It was even Jonathan, not even Buhari. They use it, and this thing was given on the 11th of October. Still, he got his judgment on 13th October. Does that show that he compromised? From the time they said those things, there is one, they call Mandela, the errand boy, they send them to attack Michael Zekome. They sent them to attack Michael Zekome, insulted him. Michael Zekome could not even withstand the insult and threat coming from them. That he must hands up from the case. If he don't hands off, you know Kalonta. He will kill them, he will do this. You know, this is the threat that comes from their mouth. There was a threat also he gave to Ejiofor, and Ejiofor forwarded the audio for me. And Ejiofor, they used the file and hand over to Agabi. They also went to Agabi, insulted Agabi, harassed Agabi, and they took away the file from Agabi. And lawyer became, so now he's the lead counsel. Ogala court ugoro abụọ naanị akwọbedi Vince akwo Vince Mesh ọchọzị ga court. Mazi. Now they say Mommy Binta asked them, if you can chase these two people away, we give Nnamdi Kanu bail. That is how they swear in their life to chase, blackmail Ejiofor, do everything against Michael Zekome. And these people back out. They don't want problem. After they back out, they now put the bail application. And on that day, Bintanyaka Piazi Hambadamwana, she denied the bail. And even threatened them that if they talk nonsense, she will send them out of the court. While they sacked their own sons, Nigeria government now went and recruit sons. Some people will be talking. Let Ejiofor come back. Call Ejiofor now to come back. Let Michael Zekome come back. Call Michael Zekome to come back. Forgetting one thing we told them. These are lawyers. They have their own people. This is a son. For you to call even another lawyer now, he will ask you, why did Michael Zekome left the case? You think he will jump to go to take the case? They will, if you call any lawyer, any son, go and take case for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he will first call Michael Zekome, my fellow learned friend. What really happened? I want to pick up this case, and I'm sure he will say what he have witnessed, and the person will back out. Another one we call Carlo Agabi. The person will say, no, this is what I suffered in the hands of these people. Do you think anybody will be interested to follow the case again? That is how strategically they have destroyed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. Strategically, they have destroyed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case because people are no more interested to come to look into the case. No lawyer wants to come close. Everybody have run far. They are very careful. People tell you, no, we can't step in. Let them bring who they want to bring. Everybody now see that the case is a drowning case. And the one of the brother come out, be telling people, you see, Aloye Ejimakor is working. He's getting dates. After 2 weeks, he's getting. This is stupidity and blackmail. The Nigerian government, in the Supreme Court judgment, they were asked to accelerate the case because Nigeria government have concluded with all the plans, all the information they have. That's why they brought in Sam, because Bitanyako feel that she was being intimidated by Michael Zekome or Carlo Agadi. She wanted them out freakishly, send them out, bring in sons from Nigeria descent, and that is what is playing out, my people. That is exactly what is playing out. All of you were here. The Nigerian government said they have invaded also. They invaded the Mother Valley because they have concluded their cases. They have concluded it. That place has finished the job that it was set up to be used against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I'm coming to that in Imo State. But I'm telling you people what have happened, because people continue to ask us, why did you remove Ejiofor? As if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have right to take anybody he wants him to be his lawyer. He is you cannot force a lawyer on him. It is what him and his brothers have agreed. That is what he will execute. And why are they doing those things? The hands of politicians were seriously involved. People giving them money. Now they are not giving them money because they have done the job for them. They have concluded what they want to use against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now the politicians don't answer them again. Nobody give them money again. The governor, everybody have. Anywhere they went and talk, as soon as they go out, the politicians will mock them. I'm telling you what is happening. They will make caricature of them. That's why the brother went to write, he wrote a letter asking the governors to come and why they are not talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When you have already messed up all they went everywhere. They claim to be leaders of IPOB. I have heard a conversation where they are being addressed as IPOB leadership, as the DOS members. I have come across it.
You mean by the politicians?
By the politicians, they are addressing Kalonta as the leadership of IPOB, him and his younger brother. Because they were being programmed. They give money, they saw the greed. That is why, if you remember the first time we gave sit at home, it was Kalonta who countered this sit at home. I want to touch this area now for Biafrans to understand. Biafrans, I came on air and they declared a civil disobedience in order for Nigeria government to bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to court when they say he was sick. Kalonta and his brothers, they met, the publication is there, they come against us that the elders, Ohaneze and the Hope of them have promised them that they are going to bring up Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Why should we sit at home? And there is a NECO exam. That was their aim. We had a meeting. During that time, he abused us. He abused the members of DOS. Why we should not consult him to hear from him before we put it at home. The people are alive. Powerful was in that meeting. In that meeting, some of us, Mazi Abanim, Mazi Ofoma, HOD, I was there. I think there is another person also in that meeting. We just called selected people, the person who brought him online. He said who gave us the authority. And for the fact we didn't take the authority from him, Biafrans, listen very well. He went and connived with Ohanese politicians and say that they said that they are going to bring out Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are going to 3 years old. They use it and issue a press release on behalf of their family. While we are trying to obey what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the order he gave that we should cancel the sit at home. It is very difficult pill to swallow because we know the things we want to achieve with that sit at home. When they have sabotaged us in that sit at home, they turn around and go to Merima and encourage him to continue with the sit at home. Therefore, this is what happened. Because they know Eberima is fighting the DOS, they themselves, the siblings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, went to Eberima on several occasions in the compound of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When his younger brother, his sister, and many people they called, there were people in their compound where they were promoting Eberima that he should continue the sit at home. But in one hand, they are fighting us against the sit at home, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told us to stop it. The sit at home will stop, but in the back, they go to Eberima and tell him continue. That is what happened in this struggle. And then when Eberima was using them, he was using them that time to grow, to gather his own wings. At a point, he started to insult them, do this thing. They fall apart today, they come together tomorrow. That's what they're doing. That is what they are doing. All these things, all this attack was to destroy the leadership of IPOB. What is the purpose? They do not want the leadership to achieve anything in the absence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, so that Chinasa, Nwaoru, Mazi Chikedozie, the DOS and IPOB members can never take any credit for doing anything because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, so that tomorrow the crisis is everywhere, so that tomorrow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out. He said, what did you people do when I'm there? He will come out and they, okay, come. He is the only one who will make the peace. We are above these stupid games. That is why they do not want the DOS to succeed, even to champion the struggle. And that is why we decided to keep silent, because we found out it is all a conspiracy theory. If we say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is sick, the brothers will come out and challenge us that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not sick. That he's not sick. It is out there. If we write Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not feeling well, this is how they come out, they challenge it. They say, so we realize that they just want we and them to be quarreling on the social media space, because it gives them the energy to orchestrate the things they want to orchestrate. Thanks to Chukwu Okike Abiama, the women in America have been defeated. They have all gone inside. Because when they were working, the in-law to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started working with the women in America, because they're sending him some small money to lodge in Abuja. He started working with them. He started, because of the money he is getting from the women in America. And I want everybody to see it from this side. The moment they do those things, if IPOB was receiving funds all over the world from donations, do you see IPOB making fundraising? We don't do again. There is no need. Reasons are, Anytime we want to make fundraising, Kalonta and his siblings and the Nayanya, they will set up their own fundraising. It's a challenge. The women in America will put up their own fundraising. Because if there is any money that will come to the leadership to try to move this struggle forward, they will make sure it is being tiered, that IPOB leadership will not get it. I want people to understand. Imagine the siblings of Mazi, since they hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, all the money coming to IPOB, no more. Maybe only few countries are contributing dues. But how are we moving on? Chukwu Kikabia only knows. And we have continued to keep this struggle till this moment. That's why I say it becomes an obligation. It is not that we are in pain, but we continue to drive. If money is coming to IPOB, it's now divided into 4. The siblings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have the ones they will collect. Them within Mayanya, so that Kanunta will continue to sponsor his motherland, his own people. He's using to harass, intimidate people. If you talk, if you people know him, anybody he talk with, he will tell you, I will kill you. I will kill you, I will do you. You people know him. And I wish I will see him one day. Let him open that mouth. Him and his brothers, they have countries they destroyed. There are countries they destroyed that don't pay dues any longer. They're collecting money from that side. The women in America, that is a different ball game. Only few people there support, few dedicated people, because they have bastardized IPOB in that they use the money. You people name them, name all the Umadaka Highway, name all of them. Have you all of you forgotten? Umadaka Highway came in, bastardized the fund, seized. Some of them said the money they collected, they won't release it only when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out. And this is 3 years. What are they waiting for? For the struggle to die. Then they on one side, with them, they took the website of IPOB in USA and they hijack it from them. And any money coming there, that is what Eperima is using. Deceiving people, IPOB USA. Is it IPOB USA? No. So the leadership decided we can't battle with these things because it will make us to lose focus. The little we have, that is what we are using to sustain this struggle. It is very difficult. We sustain ESN, we sustain welfare for people, we sustain everything we can be able to lay our hands to make sure this struggle is alive and to fulfill this destiny that we are called to defend our people. This is what is happening in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. This is happening to the leadership of IPOB. They have bastardized this struggle, that anywhere you go to talk to about this struggle, they tell you, these people are not serious. This is Nnamdi Kanu and his family. All of you heard it in Arise News. When the Nigerian agent who was analyzing was talking, Nnamdi Kanu, if he wants to come out now, he knows what to do. He said it there, denounced it there, and that is what the family of Onyendu is working towards. They're trying to isolate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from IPOB to see if he can denounce IPOB, which I know Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if he does that, anybody going to be, if he denounce IPOB, keep IPOB one side, do you understand me thinking, any day he denounce IPOB, that is the end of him, because that is what they are pursuing. We have heard it also from some diplomats, foreign diplomats, that their target is he must denounce the struggle, dissolve IPOB, and reintegrate them into Nigeria. And I am saying it this evening. It is an impossible mission. It can never happen for somebody to destroy IPOB when we have never reached our destination. And I want everybody in this evening listening, do not forget what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. He said it on the radio on many occasions that any day he catapulate, turn around and say there is nothing like Biafra, somebody should shut him down. We do not want this thing to come into existence. But for those who are pushing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to denounce Biafra, they know they are pushing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to the extreme because they want to strike a deal the politicians have assigned them to. All they are doing is Nnamdi Kanu denounce the Biafra struggle. Did you people see the publication from this stupid boy they call Okechukwu Siguzoro? You people know he's the agent of the Hausa Fulani. Most of you saw what he wrote on the newspaper. He said they are advocating for forgiveness for Nnamdi Kanu. They should go and beg Asari Dokubo, beg Oba of Lagos, beg Sadwana of Sokoto. Ubosim ge that boy Hana Okechukwu Siguzoro. Ubosim ge nwete ya. Ya ka babagodi oso. Ya na hide body. For coming out writing rubbish. IPOB should go and beg for Asari Dokubo, beg for Oba of Lagos that is killing our people, beg for Sadwana of Sokoto. What a hell are these people talking about? Asari Dokubo, Oba of Lagos said that Igbo should be thrown into the lagoon. As what? This is how they are making caricature of this struggle. That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should denounce Biafra and go for restructuring of Nigeria and bring anybody. I am making it very clear. This is a suicide mission. Anybody that tries that nonsense. People have died in this struggle. Thousands of people are in jail. If people don't know, it is not only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that is inside the prison. Many people are missing. We do not know where many of our innocent IPOB members are till today. Kept under the DSS dungeon, and somebody is coming out writing rubbish. Rubbish on the pages of newspaper. We are no more happy. And this is what we are passing through. They are being used from all angles. The man analyzing in this thing, they make caricature of the letter they wrote because they know the opinion of the governors. They know some of them that set them up. When they write finish, the people will make caricature of them. Say, look at them. They think they were smart. Look at them. A politician said that he brought the brother of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu close to know the caliber of people they are. And he realized that they are beggars and chats. A politician they went and they dined with and they snapped pictures and he said, I wanted to know the caliber of these people. I don't know they are that Oliver Twist, beggars. He didn't know they what nothing. This is how they have tried to, and they go. Everybody should tell me, are these people members of IPOB in the real sense? In IPOB code of conduct, when you don't come to IPOB after 3 months, you are no more an IPOB member. In the real sense, talk less of them. Are they IPOB members? They are siblings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When they come to make their press release, they make siblings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Issa Lawyer Jimako coined that word for them and told them be using Kanus. The Kanus. Do you think government care for a family name? Government care for institutions. And they have used these things, destroy IPOB, put Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in a very tight corner because of their greed and all the things they are pressed to make money. And I am asking, all this money they have made, what are they using it for? Is it not, at least somebody is doing something, you get to a point, you say it's enough. Are they not capable enough to take care of themselves and leave Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be able, Biafrans to be able to release him from that DSS dungeon? Today, Aloye Jimako have committed himself that he's going to bargain for himself for the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He will say certain things because DSS have. Let me people tell you also, shock you people. Do you know that since that time, Aloye Jimako came to the television and told people that Eberima and IPOB, they're all working for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Do you know that from that day, the DSS have never allowed people? You remember Dan Olase when he went and visited Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? He came out, he said, I will visit him again. Ask him. After a lawyer have made that interview, DSS got the point, what they want. They have never allowed Dan Olase to visit Onyendu again. And many other people. They stopped. They became strict. Have you ever heard that Ozekome went to DSS to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? They strip him naked, take documents from him. Have you ever heard it? If you ask them, they say it's the same law. What they have caused. They have made a mess of this case. And I'm telling Biafrans this evening, the ball is in our court. We are the only people that can rescue Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and we are going to do it. You see, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can never go down in the hands of the Nigerian DSS. All our plans, all our plan B are kept intact, and it shall all be executed with time. All of them. We know the people. We know the people holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We know them. We know all the people from Wike to Devumahi to Hope Uzodema and others, those who are hell-bent. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will never see the light of the day. We know them. But as Obogen Bamiri Osise Kebujiria Konapong. Mazi, I will leave the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu here before I go to another topic, which is criminality in Imo State, also as a case study. And
Mazi,
the link,
Mazi, before
what
you,
is happening to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Can you hear me?
Thank you.
Yeah, Mazi.
I can hear you.
Yes. Before you enter there, of which also is almost the same. You know, at this point of, you know, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu siblings having criminals that are with them, they are using to attack, harass, and attack people, kidnap. How do IPOB differentiate or you know, defend IPOB as a movement, as an organization in the eyes of the Nigerian institution? Because this is what they are going to use against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So, and you know, they have, for me, I believe that Nigerian DSS is, as you say, they are professionals. Forget about what we say. When they want to work, they work professionally. They have gadgets, they have everything. And I believe they have, you know, bugged conversations among, you know, these people and the criminals. Now, how can we come out and say no? For example, we say no, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu siblings, they are not IPOB. Can it make sense? So this is a very messy situation. How do you think that we can differentiate this, please?
Mazi, let me tell you something. The DSS, they know everything. Are you understanding me? The DSS knows everything. The Nigerian politicians who are dealing with them knows everything. As I told you, one of the governors said, we have every intelligence about the IPOB, the way it operates, the family of Nnamdi Kanu, how they operate. He said, we have everything. Mazi, it is our responsibility and our obligation to explain these things, because the DSS are listening. They know if you don't defend yourself, are you understanding me? They know. In as much as they want to destroy IPOB, it is an advantage for them. Mazi, it is an advantage for them. It is not only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu they want. It is not only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu they want to put behind bars. They want to put every IPOB member, they want to quench the agitation. That is their main goal. That is why, after they hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu about to go to court, they declare Mazi Chike Doziem. You think after Mazi Chike Doziem, that is the end? They will find another person, they will catch. They will declare another person to put you in disarray. They are not giving up. It is a state. We must understand those things. You know, for many years, some stupid morons will come on social media. What are you doing to remove Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from DSS? But they have done, they sit at home for 2 years, they kill our people, do everything with Erima and those criminals, and many people have they released Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Instead, what Nigerian government is having against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they have pushed it out from felony case and enter into terrorism and criminality against man, and that is what the family of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is pushing. Remove IPOB. Don't you understand me? Thinking that if he does that, he will escape from what is happening in IPOB. That's why you say, what kept Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is IPOB, and that is the umbrella that is giving him shade. But if you walk away from this umbrella, I'm telling you, Mazi, it's our duty to explain to them, and DSS knows, though, the siblings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are not IPOB members. They know. It's just like what happened in IPOB, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was rendition. Somebody come out from somewhere, a movement, a global movement, somebody who is not an IPOB member, to hijack IPOB and say he is now the leader. Where have such things happened? The family of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knows they are not IPOB. They are not even a principal officer. They want to hijack the leadership of IPOB. Every one of you were here when they try no way. They try to recommend people for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They were recommending him that the DOS do this, DOS have done that. They try to build a very bad. I told you, let me tell you people this. You know, I used to say it. Everything Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say inside the DSS, they listen to it. Some sympathizers will say, these people, if they come there, just only IPO, the chief, those Chinasa, Nwaoru, DOS, or sack them, or do you understand me, remove them, or go. That is what they say. He said, these people, do they really want their brother out? So, Mazi, it's our duty. We explain it to them. Come and tell us that, come and tell their friends, yes, I am a leader in IPOB. I deserve to be the deputy leader of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let him come out and tell us. So, we have our code of conduct. There is no position for deputy leader, even when they were recommending it. Aloye Dimaka went on television and said IPOB does not have leader apart from us, that there are leaders. That is when he's trying to justify. Do you see that hand after Dimaka to IPOB? Allah Biafra Gemeya. Yeah, be done now because the problem is coming for him. He tried to discredit IPOB leadership. There is no leader. They have many leaders now. That is why he was on that and told them there is no difference between autopilot and that they are all working for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And I say they are not working for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If that we are not aware, we don't know. Because of his greed for money. The money they are sending for him is what is pushing him. They continue trying to complicate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case. As I'm telling you, those guys don't want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come out because they have committed a lot of atrocity in the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. People they took money from, when you people don't understand when they hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Kalonta was gallivanting everywhere. He's the head of Lagos because the head of Lagos Anande Madhego. They were taking the head of Lagos. Oh, yeah, and I filed a case na UK, £1 million. Yeah, naego. Oh, yeah, that was their source of fraud. The source of their fraud. I am the head of Lagos. He claimed, he didn't say even that he's the head, at least he's claiming siblings. Why is he claiming to be IPOB legal head? Who gave it to him? Because that was what they coined. They used it to take money. Everybody saw what happened on the court case. Do you people know why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu reacted the way he reacted in the court? Many of you don't understand. Many of you who are also smart can understand. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was disappointed. That was what they told him. They told him, just come. Do you understand me? Mommy is going to give you bail. Everything has finished. It was like an outburst that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He was surprised that he was denied bail. Because they told him, they convinced him. Now, mommy said, come on, to shade your fortune one day and I give you bail. And when the job is
even
done,
a whole leader of IPOB global movement is even soliciting, even if let me be even
if
house arrest.
Thank you. He's soliciting for even.
Mazi,
you understand me?
You know,
honestly. Because they took Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by surprise. He didn't know. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come with full confidence that if he come, the DSS know all those things. I'm telling you, the DSS, they know all that plan. And that it is a kind of reaction because he was shocked that he was denied bail. As Nandi Igbo say, onye asị na asị ihe ya nefu. Mazi. Ndewo.
Mazi, please continue as you are saying, because on the criminality, because you know, as you gave insight, you know, the Nigerian government is a country. What we should understand is we shouldn't underrate Nigerian government. It doesn't matter we call them zoo, but they are working in anything like this. We are fighting against a country. Let us not forget. So they use different intelligence services in order to, and you will not know. Mazi, please continue to the next step as you are saying. Please go on.
Okay. Dear friends and lovers of freedom, I am going to the second point. It is also linking why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in detention and why Nigeria is pushing for an accelerated court hearing because they have concluded their plans. That is the criminality in Imo State. Let me take it. I'm using Imo State also as a case study. There were some other, shots for criminality in part of Anambra South. But why I'm talking about Osun is because everybody, it was where we were shouting from after the election in Anambra 6th November. We started shouting about criminality. We started shouting about people using sit at home to carry out crimes. In Olu, the problem, we were trying to curtail many of them. There was one of them who was using Monday sit at home. When we were curtailing that particular person, the person ran to the family of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He ran to them for cover because we are pursuing him. And I'm not going, for security reasons, I'm not going to talk about that. But when this guy, we pursue him, we found out he wants to take cover that we are pursuing him, that he's carrying it at home. Nobody condemned him. Nobody said anything. We keep silent to protect the struggle because he is nobody also, rather than a criminal. Now, if most of you have heard what is happening in also of recent, people that are working with the Nigerian government, they brought out, and I will mention only one name. If need be, I will mention others. If you see how the Nigerian military, they are parading in the market, make flyers, dancing, IPOB Bundojo, say no to IPOB, all these things. People do not want to know, why are they still connecting IPOB with a Perima to anything IPOB is doing? Because there are things, connections, people talk to somebody, people, they are connecting all those things. Like I say, the DSS, they are not stupid. The DSS, they are not stupid. There are many people in their custody. They have heard many witnesses. They are people they are interviewing from time to time. When they catch the people, when those people are caught, the DSS asks them questions. They will give information, give information, give information, give information. You remember this guy they call Uche, Lionheart? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu dismissed him from IPOB. even before they launched ESN. He was dismissed. Long time has not, I want to say this thing also to the Nigerian police and the Nigerian DSS. Because for them continuing to label everything on IPOB, shows how biased they are and shows how they just want to destroy the image of IPOB. We know that if you are in the police station or if you belong to any group, even DSS, and you are being expelled, and it is made public that everybody knows that this person is no more a member of the, at least IPOB used to go to the level, announce it on the radio, we release a memo telling the world and the general public that this person has been expelled from IPOB. So if you're a police officer, you committed a crime, you are involved in robbery, you are involved in some criminal activities, and you are being expelled from the police, or you are a soldier, you are being expelled from the police. After 2 years, you are expelled, you are being expelled, you went somewhere and commit something, and you come back and say he is still a police officer. Can this be accepted, Mazi Chinedu? Is it accepted?
Of course not. It is not.
It's not. It is not. People you expel, even in their political parties. We saw people that, where is this man? This man they beat him in the high court. This Labour man. Do you understand me? That they said he's expelled from Labour Party. He came claiming chairman, that is the distance. They beat him very well and sent him home. Just somebody IPOB have already expelled. We call out places. IPOB is not here. We don't have anything to do here. We shut down everything. We have our Imo State coordinator, the Biafra. They knew, which we announced it here. Shut down, no more IPOB in our look. When we found out things were going on, what was about to happen there, we shut it down. Chidi Nwachukwu, who was expelled in IPOB even years before formation of ESN, who was the former coordinator of Imo State. When Eperima came up, they ran to Eperima and they started recruiting for Eperima. Chidi Nwachukwu. Chidi Nwachukwu that stole our radio, defrauded many people, and he was expelled from IPOB. On air, is the same people these criminals gathered, and when they caught them, what they will do, because they know some IPOB members before, they will now be pointing, show us IPOB member, they will point. Show us IPOB member, they will point. But the police knows. And I'm also using this opportunity. There is one, the Imo State woman leader, who was arrested in 2021, that was detained in the DSS. When we got information that she has become a mole, because she came out from the DSS and become an agent for them, people in detention have seen her come to DSS office to pass information. They carry her in car to point at IPOB members. And instructions have been given, this person away. She's no more an IPOB member, talk less of being the woman leader. But they're still using these people, going and picking IPOB members. And those people, they call them, and those people knew that they are no more IPOB. Some of them looking, because there is something that's happening in, especially in Imo State and Anambra, when criminals are being pursued, when they found the heat is so much, they join the vigilante. They join a bag. That is the that is why in Nigerian police, criminals, and in the Nigerian army, criminals will never disappear inside the police and the army. Because they do not, whether intentional or not intentional, they do not make any background check. Former criminals inside the jail, they bring them out and recruit them in the police. former highway robbers, former criminals. They bring them out. People, one politician, maybe he was killing a lot of people for the politician. He is a political thug. He has been killing for the politicians. Maybe in the jail, they put him in jail. The politician or the governor will use his connection, tell him, okay, it's okay now. Just stay inside 1 year. After he brings him out there, and they recruited him in the police so that if he comes back to office, he can be standing beside him as an orderly. They will become people that are protecting him, former criminals. And they hand them over guns. They will use the guns and commit many criminal offenses. The same thing happened in Imo State. When the criminals were being pursued, as we are pursuing them, mounting pressure on them, they withdrew. Some of them see that, because some of them have never lived outside Imo State. They withdrew and go and join a bag. DSS recruited them. Just like if you go to also there, the guy they call Ubuago and whatever. They were part of the people butchering people in also. When we were shouting, he was the one who facilitated and handed over that the guy they call engineer. He was the one, he was serving him. When the pressure come too much, he realized that the engineer, whether they say he killed his brother or what, he now planned and bring out engineer where he handed him over. And he ran, he's on video, he tell you how he entered there and served them. It's not that he entered, he was part of them. And today he come out, the blood in his eye. Is why you see him killing at will, killing anybody. He's now on a contract killing. If you go to the office also follow, they will tell you they are into killing business. That's what they will tell you. That we are into killing business. People killing each other. You have family problem for 20 years. They will go and call these boys. They come and execute it for you. They kill many IPOB members. They kill veterans of IPOB, land disputes. These were all contractors they were using to kill, and they are killing till today. Like this Obuago, communities, villages they have problem with. He used under the shed, and the one they call hotel or the main, he said it is the DSS that is killing. They are the one who put the people there. He said it is the DSS that is killing. And the people are watching them, and as they are killing, they are connecting them, say that it is Nnamdi Kanu family. They are connecting them in the, because I am saying this thing because this is what is coming from their mouth. But one thing they don't want to draw the line, they will try to put IPOB, If you ask them, why are you putting IPOB? He told you they should carry this killing and go to Ibeko. They should take this killing and go to Ebonyi State. When they are saying this, whom do you think they are pointing their fingers at? Mazi Chinedu. Thank you. If you go to Oso, many of them, they will tell you this criminal. There is something they are saying. They are talking it, they are saying it everywhere. When they are saying those words, are you waiting for them to call Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's name? They are telling you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is responsible. Is it Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that is in detention? No. Yes, that is the person they are talking, because they are connecting people, criminals, and some people who are making some calls in which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which I will say, he can never give approval of these kind of things. He cannot, unless na ya agaghị agọtara nwa ọbụla ya kwọ n'azụ na ya amaghị mgbe ọ ga-agafe ya ewere aka kụrụ ahịhịa na ọbụla nke ebu n'afọ. But that is not the foundation of IPOB. Because why I'm saying this is the campaign. You people saw flyer, they are sharing everywhere. Nobody, some people just see it, this is a very big campaign against IPOB. And these people, you ask them, they said, hey, tell these criminals here, take it to Afaru Ibek. Let them go there. Or they go to Ebonyi State. There are bushes in the... Don't you people know who they are talking? Don't you people know who they are referring to? We're supposed to know. We're supposed to know the people they are referring to. Now, along the line, they are also telling you one thing. They tell you in also, that they don't have this language or job, that it is a foreign language. It does not come from them. And they will tell you again that people, Ebonyi people, that is to tell you what we have been shouting about. These criminals, they are importing from Ebonyi by Erima. They will tell you again that in their language in also, they don't have something like a Kopuyishi, that although people, also people don't speak this kind of language, that it is only Ebonyi people that speaks this language, Kopuyishi, meaning it is foreign people they brought into their village. I do not want to say one thing here in order not to complicate issues. But what I'm saying is that the DSS and the Nigerian government should know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is under their custody for 3 years, being manipulated by them and all the people visiting him. The DSS knows. They know what they are calculating. They know they set the trap to use what happened in Osun to use it against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because they were not having enough. And why they did it was to take him away so that nobody will be talking about agitation. No, not agitation. It is criminality, it is kidnapping, it is terrorism. That is all why they did what they did in Olo, to become a case study against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And that is what they are bringing on the table in the court. And that is what they are using against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the court. And we were shouting about this. I never joined this struggle for any criminality. I have my record. I always say it, I'm a man of self-accountability and deep-rooted in morality. Self-discipline. People can go and ask about me. And many other IPOB members I have seen, notable men, doctors, lawyers, businessmen, people who have pedigree in diaspora. These are people that they intentionally want to rubbish our effort to fight for our people. The criminality in Olo, that is why they finally invaded. Did you see they invaded the model? Does it mean they could not invade it all this while? No, they could. I want to make certain clearance here, because when they talk about people, this person, Sky, they talk about, I am asking everybody, every intelligence agency, even them that is talking, even the Telodmebu that are claiming that most of these criminals are IPOB, ESM members, Sky, everybody know who is Sky. Because the moment we saw the criminality, IPOB went into deep intelligence gathering. The one they called Sky was a prisoner in Imo State prison facility. It was during the jailbreak. He was in the prison because he was an assassin and a kidnapper, and he was in the jail. He was working for them, the politicians in Imo State. When the prison break, all of them gathered there. The Imo State government cannot say he doesn't know. They knew all these things. Hope Uzodinma is a known criminal, everybody knew. He became a governor, and all the people he's doing all kind of crimes and surrounded him. When you try to protect the people, every one of you knew when they paraded the boy they call Ejima. Ejima, him and Hope Uzodinma come from the same grand maternal place. When Hope was a senator, it is Ejima is his rainmaker. That Ejima that they paraded that time, say Chinasa, that Ejima used to carry out rainmaker for Hope Uzodinma when he is a senator. He is one of his political thoughts. When they have disagreement, they run this side. They have all of them. And also, all of them have Sky. Is it not working with politicians? Ezo Ogiri or Ezo Hiri. Is it not all working with them, with the politicians? Don't they know who Sky is? Don't they know who Mpoto Malika is? If they don't, how can they even go to the governor if they don't have connections? How can they even be talking? And then when all these things happen, they go and ask these criminals. He said, imagine somebody. Everybody knew that immediately ESN was launched. ESN are IPOB volunteers. You cannot be in ESN without having a unit, without having a coordinator who recommended you, know you very well that you are not a criminal. You cannot, because we want to trace down to where you come from. People will come out, there says somebody in 2021, he tell you, 2021, maybe after launching of year, he tell you, an ESM member. When did they recruit you? I was recruited in 2022. What is your unit? My unit is Tango 1. Who is your my coordinator? He said it's Yahoo, Gentle the Yahoo. Is Gentle an IPOB member? Something on Facebook. They are demonstrating. They don't mention even the Biafra liberation again. Their liberation army, that is, they are claiming that are make shoot and kill, and people, the videos are all there. But have you ever seen them where they mention their names? Have you ever seen where they mention their names? No, they don't mention. They will tell you it's IPOB ESN. They intentionally, and on the way for them to destroy IPOB, that is why they gather criminals from all angles. Come, they want to promote. That is why Eberima was bringing them from. I'm telling you, their inter-society reported this thing. There was a youth boss, a coastal boss, 5. Easy Youth Council, move 5 coastal bosses from Ebonyi State and come inside Anambra, Ibuku. You ask yourself, how did these 5 bosses move from Ebonyi State down to Anambra with all the checkpoints? Nobody stopped them. Nobody harassed them. It was when some of them come down, they started calling some people. Yeah, man, IPOB everywhere in the grassroots. They start calling some people, say, they brought them all inside this thing. They say they should come and stay in the bush. Say bush, they pay. But the car used in transporting them was a government vehicle. Easy Youth Council or Association brought them inside Ibuku in Anambra, and they started drafting them places they want to be and put them in Osihito, majority of them. And after all these things, they will still come outside, they say IPOB, because out of envy to destroy the DOS, the siblings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went extra mile to take power from IPOB, to destroy IPOB, because they were being given money. Destroy the leadership. They don't know if you destroy the leadership, even then. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is alive today because of IPOB leadership, the DOS. All the rubbish they are doing, I want to also talk, as I'm talking this criminality, there are some stupid people in IPOB. Since they hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, all of them disappear. They were going underground, working with Eberima, working with people. I don't want to mention their names because it will shock many of you. Because these people work, if you don't give them money, they don't work. If they dash them small money, they come out, start writing. But some of us, if you call yourself IPOB media, you know where we gather. You know where we do our analysis. And since 2019 till today, nobody have infiltrated the main IPOB media house. That is why we have the stability we have in this battle. There are some refrats, because they go to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, hang around him, they shout, these are sycophants. If they don't give them money, they don't talk. Only when they get money, they come on Facebook and start yabbing rubbish, claiming that they are fighting for Biafra. No money, nothing. If there is no money, they start to criticize and blackmail people. Some of them, you ask them, I am sick, he's hiding, this one, they are all deceptive individuals. At the end of the day, immediately money pass their hand, they all come out on social media, start talking. Because we are confident of the people who have hold this. We have people who are hardcore. Whether they like it or not, they will perform. Our writers, they are there to analyze things and bring information. It's not when you get credit, you come on social media, you start yabbing, because they give you money. Who is giving who? This is why you people bastardize what we are doing. People look at us, they think with what with the siblings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they come out there writing junk. They have set their own army. They want to have their own, they make their own security, motherland. They have made their own radio. They've made their everything IPOB made. Even as we formed something and when we announced this agricultural something last year, they went and formed their own agricultural group and put their sister as head of the distance. I know Leleha. We just they watch them. If I know, even now the family of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be making this thing or part of IPOB, I will never join IPOB. Be doing this thing they are doing. The life of millions of people are at stake, and they're playing politics with our lives. But I'm telling them one thing: Isi Chinasa and Nwaoru can never go down for this rubbish. Because they are evil. Calm down, return back. Because their plan, how do we destroy these people? This is the rubbish they have committed. In IPOB, in this struggle, the leadership do not romance with criminals. If I ask people now, if we know you are a criminal, we don't even say, if you survive it, we know you a criminal. I brought on you never come back. If because what we are doing is more spiritual than all these things people are doing here. And I have. What we are doing is deep. We have used our mouth and wake all the spirit in Biafra land to come and fight with us. After we have woken all of them, people start criminality. You don't know your head will go inside. You think you will go free? This is how they are blackmailing IPOB. If you go to that valley, if you see value, if you see peace, you think DSS don't have it? More than 5,000 people have been killed in also. Kidnapped, snatch their cars. Imagine where they will go and get 30 cars, 20 cars. Where are those people? Killed? Criminals. And they all were using. And also there are people also they are calling. They call people. Our people have become even coward. Somebody will call you, give us money for ESN, you know we are in the bush or this. And you run and give them money. After you have given them money, you come back to tell IPOB. Somebody called me, since like ESN. When you go and pay the criminals, you come back to IPOB to tell us. Did you contact us when you want to pay them the money? Many of them will pay 5 million, 10 million. When they pay the criminals finish, they now come and tell us, they said they were ESN. But when you were making the negotiation, talking with them, doing everything, you never contacted IPOB. You never told us that some people are calling you in the name of IPOB or threatening you in the name of IPOB. So only when you have paid them 10 million, 5 million, 20 million, you turn around and say, they said they were IPOB. And you want us to start running helter-skelter for you, what we don't know about. Had it been you told us, we will sweep into action. Even the number they are talking to you, we will go after them with the way we handle our own cases. But you won't tell us. When you have paid them, finish paying, then you come back. and tell us they took money from me. They say they were IPOB. I didn't know. They say they were calling me. I sent them 5 million. They take another. We always hear when you people have finished paying them. Now you come back to bring the problem, your garbage with IPOB. Tell us it was IPOB. People are there. People are in Lagos calling you also, telling you their ESN on telephone. If you don't give us money, we will, you know, you send them money. After sending them money, they are in Lagos. They are in the north. Nigerian police, they target some rich Igbo guys, some even in the market. Some of them are inside with them in the market. Criminality our people have exhibited because of money. They damage the work of IPOB. And they will come out and say, let me tell you people, it is time we remove emotions so that our emotions will not be used against us. Let us always look at issues critically. Know the dangers. We are fighting for a nation. Everybody must know that. Our fight transcends any individual. A nation will continue to exist. It is either you people want us to move forward, or you people tell us we are tired from this struggle, let us all of us go and rest. Then you people tell us. But one thing I can promise any one of you, do you know what they want? All these black men, all these things they put, so that the leadership of IPOB will back down and said we are no more doing as some people have done already. Some we said I'm not interested again, so that when we back down, they now find a way and convince Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that the leadership have left the struggle. They have abandoned you. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will say, really? I told them they will leave, they are the ones to abandon me, not me. So when they come out, they will come on their radio and say, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in the detention, Chinasa, Nwaoru, Chike, they abandoned Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they destroyed the struggle, they are the one. Then and members of the DOS, then they come out and they claim the Messiah. But they have condemned people who have fought for them with their life. Dear friends, let us open eye. That is the ultimate reason why they want the DOS to be destroyed, so that the struggle will not continue. So they won't blame on somebody that the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu catapulate is because the DOS abandoned him. They abandoned the struggle, so he didn't have any other choice. They surrender. Some of you will accept. Back here off. Then and other members of the DOS, I am Rosie in a defensive mode. We know all the game. We know everything they are planning, and we are going to make sure that all these plans failed, and we will come out on top to tell our people, we know freedom fighting is not easy, but when you are called for a mission, you must fulfill your destiny. There
is something I want you also to touch. You know, in all this, because when in all these travails, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the person that is bearing the brunt mostly, because he is physically suffering. Now, how is there any way the leadership will also intervene or do something about the situation? Because as you said, and as you might know, the whole thing, the whole cobweb is to jail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and or to make him to renounce Biafra. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a human being. No? There is a limit, you know, like the law of elasticity, as you may know. There is a limit. An elastic will be drawn, you know, it will break. No matter that it is docile, you know, it is flexible, but there is a limit. When you see, because all these things are playing on his head also. The DSS, these are intelligent job, you know. So, is there no way, is there any way that what these people, because what we are doing, we are engaging in fight. It's a fight. all round, whether with these people, I mean, Kano family, everything IPOB is engaged in, or it's not an easy job. So, whether is there any other way in order to also rectify this before it becomes too late for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, not for the struggle. I mean, for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi, please go on.
Mazi, I hope I'm coming out clear, right? I will tell you one thing. One of our major goals is to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu regain his freedom. Are you understand me? And because whenever we want to display or execute some plans we have and made it public, it is being countered by the family, the siblings. If you doubt me, let us say something now, what we plan to do. Tomorrow they will counter it, they will call it, they will bastardize it. And you start asking yourself, what is the benefit for all these things? Mazi, we are fighting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I'm fighting for Biafrans. Have they heard that one day that they are making fundraising for Chinasa Nwaoru or Chike Doziem? For them, everything is all about money, because that is their mindset and that is what they do. They think everything is all about money. That's what they think. Mazi, the leadership decided to keep every move they make for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to correct certain things and make sure that at the end, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will come out from the hands of the Nigerian government alive. It is not something, they have made, let me tell you, they don't know they were bastardizing the struggle. If the leadership takes decision about certain things, they come out and start shouting, did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu approve it? How can we be going to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is in the DSS custody? The DSS are hearing whatever they say there and go there to take what we know is good for the struggle. You know why? You know why they want us to pass every information? Because they know, good or bad, they will hear it. Either that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will tell them, okay, see this plan. They come out and attack that particular thing, or they will sabotage it. That is what they do. The leadership is, we are not. Let me tell you, Mazi, sometimes it became, you are trying to work out things. If I can tell Biafrans, in case everybody, I have to make this known. Do you know, even if you try to work things out, even the wife of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, many of you did not know that Kalonta sent the father message and told him that he will assassinate her. He will kill the wife of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's on record. This is the level these people are going. They say they will assassinate, they will kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's wife. I want you people to know the level. If these people can go to this point to threaten the wife of their brother, you will know what they can do. That is to show you the level these people are going. All is to make sure that they destroy the DOS, or if the wife says something, why not allow this structure to be? She will get a threat to be killed. But one thing, you see this kind of people who always open their mouth, talk. They will open mouth, threatening everybody. I will kill you, I will kill you. Anybody they do, they are opening mouth, talking rubbish. I kill you, I kill you, I kill you. As if they have the life, they are the one who created the life. There is no Igbo man you will open mouth. Unless a fool, you tell him you will kill him, and he will stand be looking at you, you will kill him. Only cowards do that. They wake up threatening people, anybody. It's very easy in his mouth. Sometimes I start to wonder that the guy may have some people say it's mental nyokwe. I don't know what I will call it, but he is not correct in his mind. Because sometimes they talk rubbish. They threaten people, kill you, kill you, kill you, kill you. Ojosa Bakurok, Amagena Kubong. Mazi, the DOS is always day and night, mapping out strategy. How do we solve this problem? And it is a problem we are the one. The burden lies on our shoulder, and we are the one going to do it. And at the end of the day, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will regain his freedom, and people will say, indeed, you people were called for the restoration of Biafra. Ndewo Mazi.
Ndewo Mazi. Also, this question I want to bring in again. You know, like of late, lastly, they are now giving flimsy excuses. I mean, Kanos, let me call it like that, the Kano sibling and the lawyer, that they have to back out. If this and that, they will back out of the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Of which all these flimsy excuses they are giving, it has been something. It is something that you have been shouting here on radio, telling them, look, this, that. Now, what do you think about this their stance? This their stance. What do you think?
I want to ask everybody listening, is there anything new Aloye Ejimakor have done since he took over Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case? Is there anything new? Is there anything he is telling Biafrans that we have not heard for since 2001? Is there anything? Nothing new. Is there anything, if there is anything, somebody said they get court date very fast, and I told the person it's a lie, because the government have already said it, that they need this case, they need an accelerated hearing. It is not in their hands any longer. Even that day in the court, when Binta Nyako said, okay, I have denied him bail, can we continue the trial? Then Aloye Ejimakor said, my lord, he is not ready. They are not ready. But I told them, I used to pass, say, you people have the case file, go and study the case since you want to go to court. Stop all this small media propaganda you are accusing this person. You know what they want? Do you know why I don't want to talk much? And I don't want to, when they are doing those things, I don't talk. I don't want to talk. Then as I come here, I will say it the way it is. They are looking how to distract the attention of the promises they have made to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Are you understanding me? They are looking for who to put the blame on. Aloye Ejimakor later wrote, I hear where he wrote it, that it should be the new mantra, no trial, no. But is it not what we have said all this time? Is there anything new? That everybody should turn it to be the new mantra. The new mantra, no more trial. I saw the brother giving Nigerian government order. They must send Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to Kuje. They must do this. Go and take him from DSS. Because you people are saying court of execution, that they granted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, appeal court granted him, discharged him and acquitted him. That was on 14th October. Check the date. By Monday, that was on a weekend. By Monday or Tuesday, the Nigerian government went and made an appeal. So that is where they say he didn't bring out Mazi Nnamdi Kanu within that weekend. As if Ejiofor and Ozekome will go to the place and take Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out. Since those people could not do it, since themselves have the power, let them bring up Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And stop all this propaganda. What they are looking for is who will be having discussion. They will say, it is you now, make Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not come out. Because every day they will go to court. Don't be surprised. As they will collect money again. They will call people. The other time they collected money for flight, for chartered aeroplane, to fly Mazi Nnamdi Kanu direct. This one again, they brought cars in front of chartered cars. Immediately come out and enter straight to Afaruku. These are jokers. Mazi, they are looking for who to blame. They are looking for who they will say it is the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not come out. They are looking for saying, this is what this person is saying, that is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not coming out. That's why you see them every day. They find one propaganda or the other. They raise propaganda. When they say they want to, they will go. They say Chinasa is anti-Israel and they pro-Hamas. I laugh at them. Do you understand me? I don't give a shit because they are trying to poke. Do you understand me? To poke, but they don't know if they provoke me. I say certain things. Biafra will descend on them. If they provoke me, I used to tell them. If they provoke me, but I don't want to be provoked because I have passed the stage of people to provoke me. I have grown more mature, more than who I am before. I have learned to handle cases, if not by the grace of Chukwu Kabiama. And if I am not genuine, by now I would not be in this struggle because I am one of the person in this struggle. I have been blackmailed more than any other person in this struggle since the rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If I am lying, anybody can put me wrong. I am the one of the most blackmailed. I am one of the most haunted. That even what surprises them, even they come in the night, they cannot get. They come by different ways. But I was born that way. That is how I came. There is nothing they have not done. They will attack me both spiritually to the level Hope Uzodinma will come to attack me spiritually himself. Mazi, it is not by our power. Any day we finish our own assignment, we give way. But I'm telling them one thing. Even our politicians who do not want to come out and they seek for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I am happy that we are grooming more hardcore Biafrans who are growing up. I think Ogbonnaya has died. Many of them will be dying. By God's grace, in the next 10 years, we may become the most senior hardliners, Biafra restoration. Do you understand me? Hardliners. We are going to grow old. We become the brain. They cannot kill all of us. We have impregnated people with the Biafran dream. That no matter what they have done, we are now looking ahead. We are saying, even if we continue this project, in the next 10 years, we may find ourselves to be the elders in the society. And Nigeria knows what they will get by that time. They will know that before they talk, they will remember the names of the people who have been championing for the freedom of their people for the past 20 or 25 years. And they will know this is no-go area. And at that time, they will know there will be no way. We did not come accidentally. And you see, let me tell you this struggle. If we don't accomplish it, we come again in the next life. In our place, reincarnation is real. Nobody should underestimate that. If we fail to complete this mission, we will come back again in the next life and continue the struggle. They like it or they don't like it. And they can also testify that some of us, the way we behave, the way we talk, how the spirit in us, it is not that normal Nigerian spirit. They're supposed to know we are those people that they try to kill. Those plants they try to cut. But the seeds we have germinated again. There
were. Lastly, because this is also one of the questions that has been in people's minds, some are asking it openly, others are murmuring it. All these things and the characters of Onyendu sibling to the extent of even making people like our barrister, Ejiofor, to quit and Ozokeme. Does it mean that Mazi Nnamdi, because we say Onyendu have the right to appoint any lawyer? Yes. It doesn't matter whatever happens, but as a human being, he teaches us common sense and he has it. That one I'm sure. Is Onyendu not aware in any way normally, because ndị Igbo na-asị ọkụkọ a na-akwa na-echefu onye kpọrọ ya onye furu ya ọdụ n'udu mmiri. Ejiofor have suffered, defending Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, of which he know. So does it mean that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not aware, or he's not in there, even if explanation doesn't really matter because he experienced it? To the extent all these things are happening, does it mean that he's under Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's accord, or he's not aware? Because that one I cannot think about it or accept it, that he's not aware. So can you touch that side? Because this is what many people have been asking, both overtly and covertly. Mazi, please. And now from there you proceed to, I think this will be the last question. You proceed to making announcements.
Okay, Mazi, I will answer you this thing in a very simple way. Yes, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, let me tell you, in this case, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not give consent and write and sign that this is the lawyer that will represent him, there is nothing we can do about it. Like they say, you can force a horse to the stream, but you can't force him to drink water. He knows, do you understand me? Some reasons it's best left for him to make the decision. But we are in a position to advise him, to tell him, are you understanding me? The position of things. That is one thing we have to know. Our duty is to inform him, to advise him that this way you are going is not the right. Besides, it's just like we advise him, don't go to Africa, don't go to places. But he later went to Africa. What do you want us to do? Who is bearing the brunt? We are the one bearing the brunt. Let me tell you people something. If some of you who knew Chike Doziem, people in Europe who will know Chike Doziem, I want everybody to compare Chike Doziem they know 3 years ago and Chike Doziem they know now. Those who have seen him. Chike Doziem has become old because of stress. Look, because grown white hairs, people know him before. In a just space of 3 years, he has, because of the stress, it's a burden brought to us. If only you have listened to us, or we tell him, don't go here, don't go advice, we won't be in this situation. We will be in a place to channel the struggle in another stage. We are the one bearing the brunt, not him. He's in the DSS custody, white or right, is understood. Many people have died on the process of trying to protect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Many people have lost their lives. People have lost their businesses. People have lost a lot of things. We are paying heavy price to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will understand what is happening. I don't know what else we have to do. We are paying the price. But we know we are fighting with a bigger force. We are fighting with a bigger force. They have to sabotage everything we are doing. That is one of the things that you have to understand, Mazi. He has right to say, we will do the one we can do. And there is nothing you can do about it. But the most important thing is, while we are having all these challenges, are we focused on the bigger picture, which is the restoration of Biafra? Let me tell you one thing. I tell you, this has become an obligation and something we cannot, no matter anything. We have taken our message to countries. We have engaged with countries. So tomorrow now, do you want us to go and tell the countries we are no more doing again? Is that not the most stupid thing ever we can do? And that is what they have been saying about consistency. Because we have built some solid relationship and people are seeing it. Nigerian government knows. So suddenly, they want us to back out so that we make caricature of the Biafra struggle in front of the international community. People approach us. Countries have heard our story. They are interested in our story. But, this internationally, don't expect them to come out and start talking all like this. Because So all of a sudden, because of all these things, we quit. They will say we talk up. These guys, they are not consistent. We want to prove people wrong. That there are young Igbo Biafra men who will stand to make sure that Biafra gets freedom. No enticement, no money. The deal is give us a referendum for the restoration of Biafra. That is the only single thing we have in our agenda. That is why they know that we are not easily, we cannot be, they know, the government know, the politicians know, we, this set of IPOB leadership, we cannot be easily cajoled. We cannot even be drawn close. We are very far from them. That's why the people they saw around them, they said they use them to play because they cannot confront us. They know our mindset. And they tell them also, they know that we cannot compromise. But the only thing we will accept is give us a date for a referendum. Let us know if Biafran says they want to remain as Nigerians, then we know how we go from there. That is all. Mazi, to continue, I want to touch another topic, which is the criminality also in Anambra being carried out by the AVGs. AVG and the Fulani herdsmen, and also our message to the governors. This is the topic I want to touch. You know, Mazi, criminality, I use also as a case study in Imo State. And I want to use what is happening, the criminality among the AVG in Anambra. You know,
that is Anambra Vigilante, official Anambra Vigilante group.
Yes, yes, official Anambra Vigilante. You know, this official Anambra Vigilante was formed by this, he was the guy behind it, Ebakeba. And you know this Ebakeba, he was under the regime of, was the former governor, Obiano. He was his security aide. This guy committed a lot of atrocities, killed many IPOB members with all these people. And he took over, become a Homeland Commissioner for Soludo. When he got the full license to organize men they are using for the same assassination plots. All these groups they form is just they use them in preparation for elections because the governors, most of them don't work. They depend on people they form. They will use and intimidate people. You know, when you don't work, you don't expect to win next time. So the only thing they do is they make sure they bring in Fulani herdsmen, give them a place. Because they will use them to terrorize the people. They will use them to terrorize. When they put up Fulani one side, they create AVG to be able to license all the criminals. Do you understand me? They will be able to license, hand over guns to the criminals, the murderers, all the people they are thugs. They will use them and hand over. Mazi, sometimes, if you see what is happening in the headquarters of the AVG, you will shed tears. There is an AVG station in Anambra. I don't want to mention the name, their place, but that place, I think something later happened there. This AVG, their job is to capture young girls. There was a young lady that was rescued from that place. This girl was inside that place. She's 5 months pregnant. And all the AVG, they were a young girl of 16 years. They were using the girl. They impregnated that young girl inside the AVG office. They go out, catch our young girls. Imagine, I start to ask, when did our young men, there are a lot of women out there. There are a lot of young ladies out there. Where did they bring this idea of capturing their own sister, kept them and the raping? Where did this idea of rape coming from our people? These security people. Where is this idea coming from? They call themselves AVG. They see young people, they say they have mark, they kill them. But if you go to their station, all kind of juju is inside the AVG. All kind. They will bring juju from Akwa Ibom, bring from Calabar, bring from everywhere. An AVG office is made up of full juju. But when they see, they have marks in their body. But when they see a young Igbo man who has one mark, maybe traditional mark in their village, they will kill. Presently, as I am talking to you, somebody tell, because you know, when it starts, when IPOB start now, or we give order to ESN, we say, pursue these people. These are evil people. They will come out, the ESN have come, IPOB have come. Now, the AVG in Opo. For you to know, they are the same criminals. Some of them have run from Osu. Some of them are from Anambra who were working in Osu. As pressure is high, some of them have joined the AVG in Anambra. If you go to AVG Anambra, have a place they are purchasing people's car and sell. In AVG Anambra, they now kidnap our own people also. For you to know, it is a recycle of criminals within the state. They now kidnap our own people, take money. If they say, nah, this criminal, this unknown government, they are the same people with the uniform. The same people committing all this crime. I tell you, in Opo, the AVG in Anambra have their own depot. When they kidnap you, if you don't pay money, they take your car, they cut it and sell AVG. Mazi, you know why I'm saying this about AVG? You know, the Nigerian intelligence now, let me say the DSS and the police will be surprised this thing I'm going to talk. Mazi, most of these criminals you see, some of them are living in the houses of AVG commanders. Are you hearing me? Most of these criminals, they pursue from also, from Ihiala. They are living, they are being accommodated by AVG commanders in Anambra. Let me give you one instance, because I don't want to give too many this thing. You people hear about the guy they call, what is his name? In Osumo. What is the name of this guy? That is one of these criminals. I will remember his name. Somebody please remember me the name of this criminal in Osumo. Do you understand me? What is his name? Oh, I must remember this guy's name. I used to call his name now on air. No. I used to call his name. He's a well-notorious criminal. I must remember this guy's name. I have called his name on the air. They call him. He's a cousin to Double Lion that was killed last time. He's well known. He's also a criminal there. They call. Please, if you are listening to me now, please in some of our distance, please inbox me that name. I must call his name. Thank you. This criminal, as they were pursuing him, he was taking refuge. As all this thing is happening in Osu Hitupa, sometimes when the problem happening in Osu Hitupa, in Osumo, he will run inside that Osu Valley. When that place is hot, he will. Most of them are, living with, people. They are all living with these people. Now, there is one AVG commander. There is one. No, it's not gentle. People should know it's not gentle. Not gentle. This guy. There is one AVG commander in Ezinifite. His name is Big Fish. This Big Fish, as they are calling their name. No. Ochiaga. Thank you. Ochiaga. His name is. He is the #1 criminal in Osumo. Ochiaga. Now, he was being tracked to the house of Big Fish, who is the commander of AVG in Anambra. Mazi, are you people understanding what is happening? His name is Ochiaga. Now, when they track him, they went to the house of the Big Fish, AVG commander. They missed him. They missed Ochiaga. During interrogation, when they are trying to know where, he said that Ochiaga, he just left a few days ago, because that's how they as problem is happening, they are in the house of AVG commanders in Anambra. Now, on the process, they took the Big Fish for interrogation. On the process, they realized that the Big Fish, who is the AVG commander, was the main person who carried out the kidnapping of one of Soludo's head. If everybody remember the Soludo head that they carried with his wife, it was this AVG commander they called Big Fish that carried that operation out. On the process of looking for Chiaga, AVG commander, most of the kidnapping happening in Anambra are carried out by AVG members. The same criminals. They now run from Osu and join the AVG. And they stay under that umbrella. You can see the traces of the criminality also operating in Anambra. They are the one calling people also online in the main market everywhere. Is the same people. They have now recruited them on the process. Oh, come out and join it. They are now, most of them, inside AVG. And the government will not say they don't know. This is how they recycle criminals in and out, in and out, in and out of that territory. Today, the AVG is the headquarters of criminal activities. They kidnap, they seize people's car, they cut people's cars, and they be able to sell. These are people Soludo handed over. Today, go to Awka North. I want to tell people, most of you used to forget something. In 2017, when when Buhari was still in power, Fulani mercenaries, herdsmen, came into, we started on it on Radio Biafra. Many of you have forgotten. They came in through the riverine area and enter Awka North from Obaru, those axes. These Fulani mercenaries, they massacred all the Hausa Sarinki that was living in Awka North. You know, Hausa is Sariki. The Fulanis are Enya. They massacred. There was a report also that 5 of them were caught with AK-47. Most of you have forgotten. That was how the Fulani came in and dominated Awka from 2017. Awka North, Achala, all these axes. The criminals came in. Who brought them in? Because they killed them, used them as mercenaries. They killed our own people. Who brought them in? Some of our dirty politicians. Because some of our politicians are evil. All their money they make is just how to kill their own. They don't believe in making money without killing an Igbo man. Because they ask them, how many people are you killing? Their target is kill the Igbo man. This Fulani came in from the river Obaru, from all those river area, and they came in because some of them, what people don't understand, most of them don't come by road because people will see them when they are coming. They follow all this bush road, they follow all these areas. Do you understand me? And they come in and come into the places. That is what they do. They massacred all the Sariki and the Awka North. That is how Fulani took over those places. Now importing foreign Fulanis from Sahel region, all these places, they are bringing them in a very big number. And they have gradually occupied many places in Awka North. Our mothers will go there to farm. They will allow them to farm after they have finished farming with their farm. During the harvest, they block. They tell nobody comes here to harvest. This land belongs to the Fulani herdsmen. The governors, they know. But they know. These are people who use the Fulanis and all these criminals to intimidate our own people, to make people to live under fear. And there are people who are being used to bring them in. They give them car, give them some money. They don't care what they do because they have taken money. When he operates 1-2 years, you see him come out for local government chairman. They Fulani support him. You see him going to be a special advisor. They will lobby. He can be special advisor for the governor. And at the end of the day, you see people coming on social media ranting about IPOB, ESN. They start talking, forgetting that we are doing all we can with the little resources we have to protect our place. Without IPOB and ESN, Fulani would have overrun our land. Most of you are in the market, a red charger and a mobile cover. You don't know what is happening around your places. You don't know what is happening in the bushes. Every day you call us, they kill somebody. But when we have been shouting this from 2017, 18 till today. Most of you don't care. It's only when they have killed somebody in your village. That time you remember. Our place. Criminality is going on a daily basis. Our people consider to use the blood of their own brothers to sacrifice because of small money they are giving to them. And most of the people control Awka North. It is from where Eba came from. That is where he recruited many criminals. They were cutting cars, doing everything. Today, if you go to Achala North and ask the people of Achala, they will tell you the tremendous work the ESN have done against the Fulani herdsmen. Today, you can see no more cutting of cars in Achala because you are gone. Because we expose them. Maybe the governor go back. Maybe the governor have seen the truth, what we are shouting. Maybe he have investigated and found out that these people are saying the truth, that criminality is being controlled and carried out by people surrounding the government people. From police to army, all of them are party. Heartless people. The criminality in Anambra is something else. The criminality in Anambra is something else. We thought that Soludo will come out and make a difference. We don't see anything. A professor, we thought he will come make some difference in Anambra. 3 years has gone. There is nothing done in Anambra. There is nothing. Next year now, before the year runs out, next year they start making noise every election or election. And the people are being killed on a daily basis. If Fulani don't kill us, their AVG will kill our people. They will intimidate our people. They will do them as they like, and they will be running around. Nigeria, I'm from one AVG. Like you see, he's supporting it. This guy says he's supporting Navy. Don't do something for your state, but make it with good intention. Not because you want to come for politics, you start organizing something. Because you are hoping you want to be a governor, you want to impress the Northerners, you start doing something, pushing. And just because you want to go and serve the Fulanis. And you are ready to sell your own people. Just all the governors in Igbo land, when they come in, especially those ones they put like Enugu now, the Makaban agreement he signed with the Fulani Native Allah people. That's why you see him negative on about IPOB. He has been talking against IPOB. Now I got for that man I can also. Because these people are foolish. Because he signed, Dangote helped him. And he signed and they returned his seat. That's why he took over our land, handed over to Fulani, maltreating people, asking. People don't know that Mba has started taking property tax in Enugu, asking people the money to pay for their houses. Some people giving 300,000 to pay. When he's bringing Fulanis into our land. This was what the Yoruba people were talking. Mbala started implementing it in Enugu. Because you remember when last Christmas our people were showing their mansions, some Yoruba people said that the government should start taxing our people their mansions they built. Peter Mba has started taxing this money for people in Enugu. Ask people in Enugu, they are bringing them now yearly bill for their property. Some giving 200,000, some 1 million, some 500,000. These are the kind of people they bring into the state to come and lead our people. If anybody who knows Peter Mba, on ahead, don't see who can capo, we will show him that IPOB controlled Biafra land. He will never hand any inch of Biafra land to the Fulanis for their settlement. It will never happen, not in this life, not in our next life. Ojukwaya biaka ekwonaka. Nwata si na nna ya agaghị ehi ụra, ya nwa na onwe ya agaghị ehi ụra. Because he's challenging our bringing Fulanis. Look at the spark of criminality that have come out in Enugu. Kidnapping road. People say, where is ESN? Will ESN make magic? ESN will make magic. Most of you, especially in Enugu, ESN came in. You sabotage ESN. You hand most of them, you sabotage them. Some of them, they are in jail. Even if you, do you think anybody can say, okay, we go, we got it. Who is going? Who is going to defend your community? Maybe you are one voice or two voices calling that your place is burning, but your community is not in support to come and defend them because the PG is working with the Fulani. Anything that because he is their middleman, he is there to sabotage any move to protect the people. He wants to make sure he gives them a place. He do not care. And some of them, he lets again to remain there. These are the challenges we are having. And we are saying, you see AVG in Anambra, we are giving Soludo this information. Because we know sometimes they put these people because election is coming. They call them AVG, but they hand over many of them with AK-47. This is how they are picking people, innocent people, young girls. Even you don't know whether they are using our girls for ritual, because if you go to the AVG office, the kind of juju they will pack in the AVG place, you start asking yourself, which place is this? Did they come to use you for ritual? This is AVG office. And we are going to sort it out with them, Mazi. And I'm going to stop there pertaining, because if we start talking about what is happening in Anambra with the AVG, we are not going to end this program. But I'm going again to tell our people concerning the agricultural sensitization IPOB has embarked on. And that is what I want everybody. Your parents may not be listening this evening. They will tell you one excuse or the other. Radio Biafra, hey, that's always the excuse. If people want to listen, they will listen. People who don't want to listen, they will not listen. They have excuses. But it's our duty. And I want to make this thing very clear. Biafrans should know that IPOB leadership is not asking you to give us land to do business with you. No, we are a government. We are an institution. We are encouraging you to talk to your family. Be part of it. Make sure you engage in this agricultural season. I will give a little bit information about all these things. Biafrans should know one thing. There is something we want them to understand. That after the Civil War, the government understood that they use hunger. It was one of their major tools they use in defeating Biafra land. Hunger. And if we keep silent again, it is going to repeat itself. All of us are aware that the governors in the northern Nigeria, they came up boldly and said food should not be sent to the southeast. We don't give a shit what they said or what their plans are, because we know where they are going. They are trying to threaten you with food again. Number two, people should understand that it is a policy after the Civil War. It is a secret document under the Nigerian government to make sure the eastern part of Nigeria never grow their own food. They will never be food sufficient. It is a policy. Sometimes people say, the governor, I don't know, many of you, Mazi, I think you were playing it on this radio. You people saw one of our brothers who said he went for agricultural program, I think in Germany or where. He told you the northern governors, around 9 of the northern states, were there. The Yorubas were there. Nobody from the southeast and south-south were sent to that program over agricultural revolution, global agricultural program. People that would be assigned food to grow. No governor, do you understand me, talking rubbish and forming security they will use to kill their own people. An agricultural something to feed. The world is shouting about food shortage, food shortage. We are living in a rainforest environment. We cannot grow our own food. The little we are growing, they send the Fulani terrorists, Fulani army to come and destroy it. Are you people thinking? They told us that they are the fruit basket of the nation. In the far north, they have land more than us. Even corn, the corn stems, when you harvest your corn, they are food for cows. Many things, after harvest, they can store those food for their cows. No, they are sending them to the Biafra land. They are inside our farms. They don't only destroy our crops, they rape our women, they kill our men, they take over our land, and some of our governors will talk, people come to. That's, I don't want to be on radio to insult anybody, because there is no need. The insult is supposed to be an action taken against you and not to insult you. But it is very painful that we have governors, because they don't want to say IPOB have given a good idea. Instead of to support IPOB, in many things we have brought in Biafra land, no, they don't want, because of IPOB, it must be clapped down so that people will say IPOB is doing something. We tell our people, IPOB leadership, we are acquiring seedlings worth millions of naira to distribute and support our people during this agricultural season. We are asking those philanthropists that every Easter, Christmas, you buy a bag of rice, and buy oil, and buy this thing. We are asking you, we don't say don't give people food, but we are asking you, have you think that during this farming season, you can also buy seedlings, cassava stems, corn, watermelon, tomatoes, okra. Give the seedlings to people in your villages. There are new methods of agriculture. Around your house, people are planting with bags of cement, ordinary sack, rubbers, and the people are showing, say, look at, I planted this pumpkin. This is just 3 weeks pumpkin. Water leaf, scent leaf, all these things are money. People in the village don't even see bitter leaf again. They go to, somebody is living in the village, but he's going to the market to buy bitter leaf. Bitter leaf that you will cut and put the stick in your backyard. You can use it and make flour in your compound. Our people don't put it. Water leaf you don't plant. Only once you put it will grow and scatter the seedlings all around and grow. Scent leaf, the same thing. Everybody has turned to a beggar. Our parents and brothers in the villages are asking you to send them money to buy oil, palm oil. They will ask you money to buy pepper. They tell you that we are dying of hunger in the village where they are living around that is full of green, a land that you throw a seed on their own, they germinate. Our governors are not ready to implement such policies. They are only interested, since we are born, every governor will come, when will all this rubbish end? People are going to the moon. People are going to the sky. People have invented solar energy. People are inventing electric cars. People are inventing all kinds of things. We are just, people are inventing speed trains. We every day, Anaron Port Junction, Anaron Rata Road, Anaron Bosi. Every day we are in the same rubbish. Every administration that comes, not maintenance, building a new road. We can't venture into any different projects. Agriculture is something the Nigerian government deliberately. They will bring you tomato from the north, onions from the north, egusi from the north, onion, everything from the north. Meat. Many of you do not know that all these cows they are bringing, even yam. All our people have yam ban all this while. No more yam ban. Nobody. Mazi, these people, cows they are bringing to you. Don't you people know these cows are not coming from the north? These cows are being imported from Sudan, from Chad, from Niger, from Cameroon. Every cow, they are importing it. You are booming the business of other countries, other neighboring countries where they have their Fulani brothers, the people that help them to defeat you. You must continue eating their meat. The meat, some of them have, they are having sexual activities on, and they bring it to you to come and eat in Biafra land. But they stop you to import ordinary stockfish. Many of you do not know that people in Anambra knows what I'm talking. River. We have Atlantic Ocean near us. We have rivers. Fishes from the river is the most tasteful fish. But our people, where are they buying fish? They are going to Medugri, to Lake Chad Basin, because no fish in our own waters, because they have bridged all these fishes with their dams. Do you know how many dams in the northern part? Because the dams are bridged so that the fishes don't come. The fishes accumulate in the northern part of Nigeria. Lake Chad Basin, where our people go to buy fishes. Is it not from Medugri they are bringing it? I was in Medugri. I know. You will see you see the trailers of fish. Stockfish. They don't want us to bring. They make stockfish an exhibit. They don't want you to import stockfish, but they are importing cows from their neighboring countries. Fulanis in Mali, in Burkina Faso, they travel and bring their cows to Nigeria to sell for our people. We have no goat. Our people cannot put up goats. If you ask them, they find one excuse. Hey, Ndoshi, which Ndoshi? Are you people not there? The young youth, this is famine season. Some of you are there. Some people are coming from the north to come and clear the bushes for you. Young boys, 17 years, 18 years. People, as I am talking, people who know me, I grow as a young person, both in my maternal place and my father's place. They don't ever pay somebody for labor to clear the farm, to make the mold, and do the weeding. Anybody can ask. Even at a point, it is not for financial gain. I climb palm trees by myself to go and cut palm trees in our own farms. It doesn't stop me who I am today. Many youth are in the villages. This is farming season. They can take their bag, buy farms, clear the farms, and they make money. Instead, they are there begging their brothers abroad to bring money. People are coming from the north, Togolese people. People from other countries come in our own land as a farming season, cut season. You are looking for money for business. Only this farming season. If you go for clearing bushes, go digging mold, ridges for farm, you can raise capital for your business. You can raise 300,000. You can raise 500,000 and start doing so. Some of you are looking for somebody, you are begging for that money to give you 500,000 to start something. It is farming season. You don't want to do farming. You don't want to go and clear. He removed nothing from you. Most of us you see today, we did farming. We didn't do only for ourselves. We did for our uncles, did for family members. We organized ourselves and go for farming. It did not stop you from who you want to be. Young people, instead, your parents have become bad example. Your son finished school, he has already have a laptop, go to HK, go to Yahoo. What kind of society are you people breeding? You don't know what is happening around you. This is farming season. ESN is taking every risk necessary to be in the bush, to protect our people, to make sure our people farm. We are living in a land of green. We cannot farm. You cannot go to anybody's backyard and you get small okra. You cannot get pepper. You cannot get chicken. You don't have no chicken, no goats, nothing. What here in Obund? Is this life? This is how they have turned us into. You prefer to go to Lagos, Ghana, recharge Abosahia, where you can be in the village and make money from farming. Does it stop you from anything you want to be? I mean, farming season. You are from Abia State. You make your contact in Imo State or Anambra. You go and clear. Follow your 4 or 5 people. Do your buy farms and they clear. Make your money in your pocket. It doesn't stop you from anything. You make your money. The money belongs to you. You at the same time food. People are doing day job 5,000 naira. Why can't our youth 5,000 naira? You prefer to beg me for 5,000 naira when you can go to job, a young man, and get 5,000 naira for a day. If you work for 10 days, you don't know how much you have. You don't know. Or you go and buy farms, you people are 2 or 3, buy farm 20,000 during this farm season. There are. Or it's people from the north coming to do it for you. Everything you want to blame Satan. Time for farming. You are in the church clapping hands, thinking manna will fall from heaven. That is why IPOB is embarking on this agricultural sensitization. We are not asking you to go and grow your own crop. Also, it is very, very important for food security in our place. If we can produce enough food in our place, the price of food will drop down. Any country that cannot produce what they eat, then why are they living? Any moment they close the border, you don't have anything. You have nothing to eat. You don't want to plant something at your backyard. In your compound, you don't want to do anything. You want to call. They have turned every one of you to be a beggar, just like the government. Look at Ukraine fighting. They are fighting. Nigeria is begging them for grain. Your brothers and sisters are suffering abroad. Some supporting you at home. You want to beg them money for okra. You want to beg them money for pepper. You want to beg them money to buy water leaf. You want to eat a dick kaiko. You want to beg your people money to support you for that. If you don't beg people in abroad, you beg people in Lagos. All of you have turned to professional beggars. The governors have nothing, no agenda for the people. They have nothing to encourage the people. Azom Purumini, they buy Purumini, give the youth, Awuliake, Lubara Yebe, to, Eba. He's very happy. They cannot engage in a serious sensitization to make people to become. Everything our people are doing is individualism. People succeed by their own. There is nothing this is agriculture we are talking is what? And this evening, what we are saying, for those we are asking, all this, sometimes, that's why if I look at some of these Igbo celebrities, if I look at them, I just shake my head. They come here and make noise full of deception. They come on social media, they deceive you. Some of them on the social media, they come out today. I think the government, Nigeria said they will start charging them. Some of them have started talking the truth. How much are we making from social media? How much are we making this? Because they are not truthful to themselves. They continue to deceive the youth. Some of them will show you G-Guard. He buy this from social media. Now, government want to start charging them. They have started running. They are saying, how much are we making? Who are you deceiving? Who are you deceiving? They continue to deceive the youth. Continue to deceive the youth. Many of them come, they go and borrow money. Stupid mentality. Because you are going for an occasion in Igbo land. If you come to Lagos, you will be driving like a private person. If you come to Igbo land, you carry escorts, disturbing the poor masses. You can't encourage them for anything. It's only to come and show off. You want to spray 1 million, you buy it 1.2 million, so that you can come and spray money. Which society will survive in this way? Which society? You come to the village, your village has no pipe-borne water. They have nothing, no road. You carry people with Rolls Royce. You come in the village, you spray money, and you are pushing the youth out of the society as if it is bed of roses out there. They don't know you're a criminal. You're a Yahoo person. You are dealing on money and drugs. You come and you deceive them, destroying the society with the fake life. The pastors will give you honor. You go, at the end of the day, what you will end up, you just build a big mansion, take chief, and you start making noise everywhere. And these things got to stop. Last time I spoke on this place. I said, because we are watching with keen interest, all these stupid ones coming on social media, you come out on social media deceiving of our people. What will we do to you? Because we are taking record of all these stupid sets of people. You come later, you will tell us whether the Elon Musk and even this Dangote, whether it was okay they are doing, that they succeeded. You come on social media to deceive our youth. Okay. We are taking record of every one of you. But upon our social media, they are nonsense. And I have to deceive people. Even pastors coming out to declare rubbish miracles. We are watching every one of you. Days has gone when you people, if you people don't know what to do, encourage people to go into farming. The churches should encourage people, their members, to go into farming, so that at the end of the farming, during harvest, they will bring something for the house of the Lord. That is the harvest. You never ask people to plant, but you want harvest. You want the first salary of their destiny. While agriculture, nobody is trying to feed. Hunger everywhere, and you are living in a green land. You are living in rainforest. And every day we continue to suffer. The people we expect to correct these abnormalities in our society, they are busy talking rubbish, taking titles. You go for their occasions, they will spend all the time introducing themselves. One of Mbidi. Atapraja one of Omahe. What kind of people are these? You cannot be able to use this all this thing you are doing in social media and promote agriculture in our land. There is hunger. If a war comes against us, it will be difficult to bring you food. What they did against you, think the Fulani they are stopping? You think this mission is stopping? Today, Russians have bring soldiers in Niger. They have bringing their soldiers in Niger to show you the game is just starting. And all of you are there. Even some making content, rubbish content. Make content that are educational for our people, for our young ones. The governors cannot open mouth and enact laws and policies within the state. Church leaders cannot do anything. I have the power. I have the sedula prente. I have rubbish. And that church in Biafrans, I know if I start talking about the stupidity of our people, we are not going to live here today. And what I am saying here is today, most of you have heard what I said here. The agricultural sensitization is something we want in your villages. Support the people. Even if you know you cannot, if you can support, if you can tell IPOB, come and take these seedlings and distribute to the people, we will do it. We will handle the logistics. Hand us over seedlings, maize, groundnut. Hand it over to IPOB. Tell IPOB, I want to give you 1 ton of seedlings. I want you people to. We will do it wholeheartedly. Support IPOB to make sure that food is in our land. It is in our region. Every day we are Fulani herdsmen. Some of you are not seeing the danger. These people are everywhere. And with the little resources, ESN is trying to contain them. Because these people are mean. They are terrorists. They have no mercy for our people. How many of you is supporting ESN? None of you. How many? How many of you are supporting ESN? Nobody. But sometimes people come here, get money here, ESN and now you are on the IPOB. At Mariagi tomorrow now, you say that IPOB is insulting people. But you know, we are not asking you give us money. You may find it difficult so that it's being what IPOB, nobody will insult you. No problem. If you are bold enough, there are ways. Contact IPOB leadership. Tell us, I'm giving you people these seedlings. Share it to our people. IPOB, let me tell you people something. In Biafra land, we have 240 something local government. I don't want to go deep to tell you, but we have the record of everything we are doing. If we can be able to empower in each local government 500 farmers, let's put it that way, 500 farmers, not everybody. Even 500 is too much. In out of these 200 and something local governments in Biafra land, if we can be able to provide 100 to 200, let me just be on a minimal, 200 farmers, enough seedlings, I'm telling you, during harvest, most of you cannot believe what food will be costing in Biafra land. All this corn you plant once in 1 year. Corns can be planted 3 times in a year in Biafra land. You can plant corn 3 times in a year. There will be continuous, there will be vegetable. If one at a restaurant you say, give me, madam, give me a dikaiko. You think a dikaiko is what? Is it it is pumpkin leaves and the water leaf. How many of you have planted pumpkin leaves and water leaf this period? Madam, give me a fine soup. Madam, give me oha. Oha, you are cutting oha trees in your place. Onye ki na expect ko ko nka ga enye. Madam, nyama phone with ogiri. Na ka eti pa ya ihe akwara ano no okpurukpu ano. Onye ga akụrụ gị that olugbu. Who will plant the olugbu for you? People don't know that you can have a farm for olugbu. You can have a farm for water leaf. You can have a farm for pumpkin leaves. If my people on a restaurant, Madam, did you plant anyone? Onye ki dey expect for Olugbu. Oha trees. These are very ancient trees you use in cooking food. It has its own benefit. Today, the church people try to stigmatize the Oha tree and Entropa, that they are evil tree. People cut every Oha in their compound, which is very, very wrong. Oha is no more. Going out of extinct. Entropa. Many of you do not know what is Entropa. Many Igbos don't know what is Ngwo. But he don't know there is raffia palm. Where is Ngwo today? These are original organic trees in our place. Pastor Koroge something. That Oha in your father's compound. Oha is a tree you use to know seasons, the times they dry off and fall off and new ones summertime. These are trees that are being used by the ancient people to calculate seasons, time and seasons. They throw honey on a compound. I plant another one. Instead, you just 003 wine tree, champagne tree. You are trying to alter the demography of our land. People are planting trees in every. Most of you now building houses. After building houses, you clear everywhere. Compound, no tree. You didn't plant any tree. Tomorrow you say, "I hit table mother." When you have used ties and put everywhere, no tree to control the climate where you come from. You cut all the trees that holds the land. Organic education, no. Bible. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, go Deuteronomy. You quote to Luke, you quote Paul. Do you think those things are signs of wisdom? I will stop here because if I continue on this topic, it is not going to end. But I am calling, in conclusion, this is my concluding statement. I am this evening soliciting for our people to support ESN. The work is very, very enormous, especially during this farming season. It is not a job everybody must. If you want food to be available. Some of you are saying, I am staying in the north because food is cheap in the north. Some of you say, I stay in Ogun State. Cheap. No, they are not importing it because most of the farmers from India, from Zimbabwe, Obasanjo brought them to the West. Many Indians are doing cassava farming, do all kind of farming in the Zimbabwe farmers, they are all. How many is in your place? Nobody. We encourage, we are not telling you, you need tractor. No, there is what they call, everybody who went to secondary school know about horticulture. Or horticulture is people who be able to grow their own food within for their personal consumption. Let's start from there. We are not asking you to go to industrial farming. Those who will go to inside industrial farming are those who have the money. The companies who want to run a farming business. But for you, plant the one you can eat. You don't need to buy everything. And this evening, I am calling our people. Most of you, you said you want to support ESN. You want to support the work of IPOB. This is the time. Some of you talk about ESN about but you don't know how to. In your village, to go to the farm where they are pursuing you people, you know what it takes. And because we control ESN to be disciplined, we don't encourage them to ask the villagers anything. Because we don't want to give room for any misbehavior, any misconduct. We don't want them to go there to ask the villagers, give us money. No, it is not the duty of the village. The leadership, the ESN command, make sure anywhere Fulani are disturbing our people, it is our duty to draft in men there to control the situation. Most of you see Fulanis took over many villages, keep the villages out, take over their schools, their house, and live in their houses. In Biafra land, because it have not happened. Go to Enugu, go to Anambra, go to Ebonyi State. They kick the people out and live in their own houses and communities and chase them away. So I'm asking you today, have you been supporting ESN? Or you have not been supporting ESN? It is time for you to wake up to support this ESN. We are not forcing anybody, but everybody should know. I am saying this thing for these Igbo guys. I know most of them are deceptive. They come on social media, they make their abracadabra. They claim they have this, they have that, but they can't support people in their community. They can't support any community service. They can't support anything. They only know how to come on social media and make noise, throw money. I will not ask the EFCC because they are corrupt. Because had it been they intensify on these people throwing money like now they jail this one, Bobrisky, for 6 months. Actually, they jail Bobrisky, but the Idris is the one suffering because it's the real person that is suffering. Had it been they will be sincere in what they are doing and start to arrest some of these stupid people throwing the money in the midst of poor people, trying to push them into criminality. But I know they won't do it because that they are part. That is how they spot people they want to obtain. When they see some of these people go and throw money after they know, okay, this one, we go for this one. That is one of the most important things. We can't ask our enemies to do anything for us. We can't ask our enemies to do anything for us. Also, finally, while you are cracking your brain and they talk to your people to support the ESN, we need it because, and those who want to support with seedlings, we know when we tell the state government, they will not, oh, okay, they are mayor, no IPOB, they are mayor. You know, it's just like when we say, let us bury our people. Let us bury the dead. There are too many dead bodies in our place, all in the mortuary. During celebration time, our people have turned it to burial period. If it is during Easter, they will pack all the... If you are coming for Easter, it is no more Easter. You are coming for burial. Everybody put their burial in Easter. In Christmas time, everybody put burial in. Why are people doing these things? The time people are supposed to come for celebration, you take only morning. People don't come again. We have asked our people, bury the dead. We know some people have now take up that advice that when people die, they bury them very fast and fix a date to do the burial ceremony. It is fine, but put the dead in the ground. But instead of some of these governors to come out and say IPOB, this is a very good point. This is a very good initiative. We are the initiator of this idea. We can help to extend this idea more deeper and make it to work because we have the strategy how we can make it work. Instead for them to support us, we say bury immediately. One person said, no, you can bury after 2 months. We give you 2 months. Is it not countering? He's just trying to put it in another shape. We give you 2 months to bury. What does it mean? Or mean anything? No, indirectly, You want so that people will say, oh, okay, this governor say after 2 months now, no problem. Happen to IPOB. IPOB say bury. But we are telling you, if you bury him that time and bury him after 2 months, it's the same thing. Bury the dead and do the ceremony. Let us remove dead bodies from the mortuary. They are too much in Biafra land. Paganism is still in your spirit and in your life. Keeping the dead in the mortuaries, this is an act of paganism. You mix it with Christianity, but it is paganism. It's pagan worship because you want to adore the person. People now queue in APAMs, in the Rolls Royce. People who have never entered Rolls Royce in their life, they bring Rolls Royce to carry them when they die. What rubbish are we creating in our society? We talk about agriculture, they don't want to look into it. But I am going to also touch, this is a very important issue, what is happening in Uli. You know, when we talk about Uli, it's a special case somehow because one of these guys they call AK, I have called his name on radio on many occasions. But I think we have come to a point that what I'm saying here now is the last time I will talk about him. Because I say we have found out that this guy, the same thing happening in Imo State is what they want to replicate in Oli. This AK is being sponsored by some people within that Oli. So far, we have calculated people that guy have killed on the flanges of Womeparanka or Mehinka. They continue to kill people, more than 30 people. And being sponsored by this guy they call ABC or Jacob. The one they call AK and Daddy, they continue killing people because of kingship tussle. Kingship tussle. Trying to Uli is in here local government. When some people hear Uli is hot, Uli, these are the people causing ABC or Jacob. Using it is kingship tussle. Just kingship. Anybody that wants to contest for the kingship will be assassinated, will be killed. They don't, now he's working with politicians. Politicians are using him now. Do you understand me? Now they will go to another community, they tell you, if you don't want us to disturb you people, you pay us 5 million. You pay us 10 million. If not, we come and you see what we are doing. This is the kind of rubbish, criminality, this AK and Daddy, being covered by this ABC or Jacob. And what I'm saying is this thing. The governor should look into this kingship tussle. Because because when all those kind of kingship, because when we come in, we go straight and hit the north. Straight. We don't talk too much because we know what is happening. Soludo must look into this rubbish of kingship tussle. Because that is what they are using to kill people, and they will say, after killing people, they will say it is IPOB, it is ESN. That's why I'm saying it here. We know the problem happening, and we are telling them, stop doing these things in the name of IPOB, committing crime, keeping communities in heavy high crisis in the name of all the IPOB. Oh, what about IPOB? It's not IPOB. What we are saying is that when we look, it has turned to something you are using, you don't want to. IPOB will give instruction. We go there, call the hammer. Call hammer, listen to, boom, everybody on a wire. That is very simple. I'm saying it here for everybody to hear us. People say sometimes, hey, IPOB, we complain. Yes, we complain. We are not complaining. We are letting the world. Do you understand me? You must continue to say, do you understand me? Explain to people, oh my ruechi, as na ajibu, before you are low. So that people say, hey, Baronye, these people are causing nuisance in Biafra land. They make these things to make sure we are not organized, we are not focused. People are thinking we will not get Biafra. We will get Biafra. But what we need is to remove all these dirty people that are coming, they are being used. trying to make Biafra struggle look like a childish something, trying to make the Biafra struggle look like a criminal entity, which is not. Because Nigerian government do not want your case to be presented as an agitation. They don't like that word. They don't like self-determination issue. They want, when they are talking to the foreign people, they tell them, no, it is criminality. It does not have anything to do with agitation. These people are criminals. This is what they want the world to hear. But thanks to IPOB, if you come in the media, we are top-notch. You come in informing, creating awareness for the international community. We have done our job excellently well, and we continue to do it. We are not giving up. But they're supposed to know, the media team, sponsored with little or nothing, competing with the Nigerian media that they invest millions of dollars. Minister of Information, Minister of this, Department of Foreign this, they have all the media houses, they have all their IT, the people they buy off, all their standard, they have their media thing. But can they ask themselves, why is it with all these departments they have, if we tell them, or if we unveil, the day Biafra will come, we will unveil the men behind the IPOB media warriors, and then we marvel that indeed these people you see, they were the people that battled Nigeria on the media front. They will be surprised. That's why they think that, oh, because they are hearing your name, you are a millionaire. We are not millionaires. We are just a normal people being used by GOC to fight for the freedom of our people. And to that, I tell Biafrans, I will be coming back because as of 4G4 Fala, so that most of you can comprehend what I have delivered this evening. I'm going to come back again online. Some of you have questions to ask. Keep your questions. Digest what have happened this evening, so that when you ask questions, you will hit the nail on the head. I will be coming on air maybe in a couple of weeks or after the court sittings, and those of you who have questions can be able to ask me questions, and those who need things, more things to be clarified, you can also throw in the questions. But I can tell you, in all these things we do, we want Biafra land safe. We want Biafra land. We want our people to understand the message we are fighting for. We do not want our people to be interrupted with issues that have nothing to benefit our people. We want our place to be developed. We want our people to return home. And that is why we need those that say that we are in the government. You are in the government, but do something like somebody in the government. Because we know you have the right to build the roads. But if you refuse, I'm telling you, we have no option. We know Biafra is coming, and we will do those things. It's just like when Okeze was in power. He thought the world will never come to an end. He left office. Look at what his successor is doing in Aba. So what can he tell people why he could not build anything? What will be his reason? Wherever he is, what will he be saying to himself? What are the excuses he can be able to make? No more. Because somebody is showing. Somebody who decided not to be carried away. Somebody who understood that he didn't fall on the people. They said, fight IPOB, fight IPOB. He knows IPOB is not his problem. He knows that he was appointed there to all the promises he made against, when he made during his election campaign, that is what he has to fulfill. It is not you tell people you will build roads for them, electricity, you come in, you say, Chawa IPOB. Like Mba started, immediately he entered, he started declaring war on IPOB. I target. Peter Mba, I target. My lawyer Hannah there for nonsense. Don't worry, you're in the hand. You will understand and I'm miracle. You will understand and I'm miracle. We are leaving you now in a how you jump, they jump one off with IPOB not shining. The day we are going to remember you. The day we will remember you. It got matter there with the difference between owner or. Mazi, I will stop here. Dear friends and all the lovers of freedom. Once again, my name is Mazi Chinasa. I serve the Indigenous People of Biafra as a member of the Directorate of State, and I will continue to serve you people diligently until Biafra is restored. Ndewo no mo Chineke.
Ndewo Mazi, Ndewo Udodrege. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, you have had it all. We must continue pushing on because Biafra restoration remains our focus. Thank you for listening. From me, Mazi Jonathan, from here, it is simply good evening.